Hopefully this time. Alright. I should have done it today. It's just been a rough weekend. Okay. Sorry, Chad. I was just thinking about something, but I was hoping, also biding time, hoping that this will go live this time. So 1 second. 1 second. Please go live. Let me close that out completely. Make sure it's closed. Go back in. Go now. Go now. Now we live. Now we actually live. Hopefully, although with how slow it is, I guarantee notifications might not have made it. Ooh, there's a new video from one of my music channels. I'll have to listen to that later. And add it to the list. Oi, 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 oi. Welcome, welcome everyone. Hopefully we get live. This is very slow. Yeah, I can even on this YouTube app, it's technically not even counting me even being in here yet. There we go. Man, might be a slow one tonight, chat. I wonder why you're being slow. Now I'm like, both of you acting up? Don't do this. I need to get rid of one of you eventually. Luckily, I've so far, along with this, as long as it stays the same amount, I actually can technically afford it. And actually be okay as long as I'm doing as good as I have been with my budget. Because I am I treat it like an RTS planet budget from Stellaris. That thing is airtight. I don't like anything other than that. Not when it comes to my money. Like, I splurge on, like, my family and stuff, but when it comes to my own stuff, me, it's like Fort Knox in there. It's like, what do you mean a penny hit the wall at the wrong angle? Oh, man, alright. Be fair, I learned that from watching other things in my life happen that kind of taught me, yeah, I should be very careful. At least when it comes to personal budget. I tend to put most of it towards, like I said, either my family, or which right now it's just my mom, or probably the channel. Yeah, I guess technically family still. You guys out there and stuff, and maybe a game or two here and there. Because most of the games I buy technically are pseudo for myself and also technically for the channel. Because I try to keep it within, something I also know I would like, because I do better streaming there that way when I know I enjoy the game myself. This is why War Thunder keeps coming back, because it's never not going to be a part of me as a tank game. Because it just does it so well, like, even with its issues, it's just too good. It's too good to ignore. It's even with, this is how you know when a product is good. Even when it has flaws, that it's still overriding those flaws with the better stuff. Now, I wouldn't say that if I was a pilot, probably. I'm going to say one thing. I probably wouldn't be talking that and saying that as much if I was a jet. But I'd probably play arcade if I was playing jet. That's just a simple fact of it. It's like, as much as I would love to play realistic, I'd probably play arcade and just treat it like Ace Combat. Which is probably the jet game I would probably prefer to play online anyways, but no offense to War Thunder, that's my one thing with this. Naval, though, I have tried. Holy crud, they improved that so much. I am going to be doing Naval in this game now. I don't even know what World of Warships is anymore. There are still some nuances I'm going to be messing around with, but it should be fine because now I know how to set up a new control scheme also. We'll get to that. I have made a lot of changes today. I decided, okay, I have better controller, I have easier setup, I'm smarter with War Thunder now. I know what works for me, what doesn't. I've seen what modern kind of has to display for me now versus World War II differences. And I have created the hybrid of all hybrid tank controls that allows me to legit be the most annoying piece of crap. Now, I'm going to have to be better at practicing with it. I haven't got to do too many matches with it. But in the test drive, I've created something hilarious. Because I was really annoyed with my original setup, and I'm sitting there, and I know what it takes to change War Thunder controls. I know what that's like. It's not an easy ordeal. But I found the perfect mix. And plus the little flaps, which, ergo, I found something sad, which I want to do another little part of my up and down review of the $200 Pro controller that I somewhat am doing in the background. Not a legit review, so I want to say this is more opinion, but I can just tell you from experience, this is more for disabled than regular people. Regular people this probably wouldn't matter to, unless they just wanted more ingenuity. But there is something I want to test that may make up for it that I just don't have the ability to test right now. So we'll leave that on the burner for later on. But I thought that putting these two little flaps on the bottom added welcome, Farseer. Added buttons. They do not. They just add ability to put buttons down there. So meaning I can now move some controls more to the bottom of my control for me to flip it up for like something that's not important. Which I haven't. I did some things down there, but when I started messing with War Thunder's controls internally, I found out something kind of beautiful that I did not know. Which, once again, we'll get to that as you see me doing different things and trying to learn how to use it more efficiently in my brain during battle as we go forward. But welcome, Fazia. I didn't mess with air. The only thing I changed with air to be able to change something else I was messing with was to change the button for the camera when you can follow your torpedo or your bomb from your plane. I changed that. But the only reason why I changed that is so I could make the multifunction menu that you use in this game, especially for console, way easier to use. For reasons. Which you will see. I have become an absolute madman and have completely turned this game inside out. But I kind of want to do that because I'm treating this like ATS now at this point. This game is going to be permanently here just like ATS once it finally hits console. And I want to be able to train my brain how to make this work. And this game's way more complicated than ATS even is, even with ATS's quirks it has. So if I can do it with this, I can do it with ATS. So I have found a great way to set all this up. It's going to be great. But we're focusing on War Thunder. But back to the channel update real quick. It's probably because I'm noticing something. I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to start my flashback surprise. Hashtag. It's going to be kind of part of Operation Rebirth as the game side of things on this channel. Because I've decided it to be my game of choice to be able to do things now that I've got better ways of learning how to set up my control. So, we have got huge plans ahead of us with that game. Because I'm going to treat it also with the same level of intuity as I did with this. And also I'm going to be buying a miniature keyboard that works with this PlayStation. We'll talk about why that is eventually. But, because I have a hunch, because I said a minute ago, these little flaps on the bottom of the control that I add, they're like two little extra buttons. I thought they added like a left bumper, right bumper, like two extra whole buttons to the PlayStation internal buttons. It does not. It just allows you to assign, like if you wanted to put L1 and R1 down there, you could. but otherwise they're not actually buttons. But I have a hunch, just like you can do on the normal control, I have a hunch if I plug in a keyboard and I just pick two random keys like Z and R, I bet you I can put them down there. And I will get an actual extra control to flop things into inside of a game. So my trick for this is going forward for anything on console, because PC doesn't have this problem. Because of my access control, because of my numpad on my keyboard, PC does not need to worry about this. But my PC setup's fine that way. But for console, I'm going to come up with almost a Mech Warrior level pseudo system. And I may even start switching my access control over to this to use it when I really want to dive into some like extra control shortcuts, creating more dashboard ability, almost creating a mini Mech Warrior setup. Now, sadly, I'm not going to use this on console too much. It'll be mostly, once again, for ATS, War Thunder, and any simulators that would be kind of like it. However, that Mech Warrior reference I just made reference to, that's for PC, but it's not for adding to PC. It's so I can know what setup I would be able to run with on PC using that same setup between a controller and the access control. Because I would, at that point, unless there's another USB on the back of my PC, would be running almost 4 different setups. And I'm doing this because I want to get really in depth into controls and things like that with my computer once she gets upgraded too, will be even better. And then also teaching myself how to be more ergonomic on the console, because the more I can be ergonomic on this, the simpler it is to translate that to PC version, because PC has more options. So I saw the weakness of the 120s. What is it? I mean, other than probably the obvious same weakness that most Abram-like creatures have. Large maps. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, it is a tiny tank for a reason. I'm saying that from now on. That's its new nickname for me. It's the tiny tank of real life. But, But, yeah. So if I can find one cheap enough, since next month's going to have to be kind of cheaper because of how much is going to be going out. Like, I can't hardly buy anything next month. I won't be going out to eat hardly next month unless Mom wants to take us out. Like, I have to save, because when the Geek Squad, this is why I have it once a year and not every month, with how expensive Geek Squad is. This is why it's only once a year. I have 1 month where I have to basically live like a hermit to make sure I can get everything done. But that's also where I can make really cheap purchases. So if there's a cheap little mini keyboard, and I'm going to have to ask around, make sure I do my research, what keyboard is compatible with PlayStation 5 to be able to do this. It takes forever to reach the fight. Yeah, that makes sense because it's slow. That is my only weakness to it. Does it get upgrades that make it any faster than 30 miles an hour? I mean, even look at this. Look at the HC. It's not that fast, but it's still 42. And that's not even including probably... Well, no, that is max, because there is no more engine upgrade to this thing, so never mind. But yeah, it's 42, so I'm like... And it's heavier. That's why brain's like, there's gotta be a way to make that thing faster. Actually, let me look at it real quick before we do our first fight. And show off some things I've changed. So I want to see something in the modifications for it. Like, what does it have? So, yeah, I mean, obviously gets a better engine, but does it show me what it turns into? Okay, so maybe it's gonna go up to 42 with an engine upgrade. It's still gonna be pretty slow. Here's my issue with this. Now it's at the speed of an HC M1A1, but she's also still lighter, right? Like, she's so small. So you can't get shot. You definitely have to run from cover to cover. My money's on she's meant for urban environments only. Like, she's meant to fight from cover completely. Like, going out into, like you said, large maps are kind of detrimental. Especially, like, the desert map. The one I played on the last night's stream. Or not the other night stream. That map is... I would not want to do that map with that tank. I'd be making my way to that little city that B is in and never leaving. I'd never leave that place. That place, you're gonna die if you do. Everything can outrange you easily because it's faster than you and it's already in place. You're not. You also have no armor to survive any type of somewhat RNG, like D&D dice roll or save. Like basically an armor save, literally in D&D. That's how the modern armor kind of feels most of the time. There are some guarantees, but not as many as you think. But so it's like it's like in most cases, even with the HC trying to go across open territory, because even something with the normal Abrams like this, right? Even that's chance is really, really low that you're gonna live through that if there's people already watching that area. You're gonna get bombed, and it's like, my brain, so my brain even goes even worse to this. This thing at least has some saves on it. Some dice rolls you can roll. That 120 does not. I mean, what is the armor for this? I mean, I think it's higher turret-wise, but hull is not, I'm pretty sure. So let's see. 130, 133, 139. 133, 139. 133, 139. Yeah, see, okay. Here's the issue, and this is why I said this is terrible. The turret is better. The turret will roll some saves. But your whole armor is, way thinner. So that means most things are gonna body check you from range. Like, hold on, let's do a little interesting little tidbit here. Let's say he's running at this angle, right here. Now I'm gonna have to put the distance up for this, but to simulate this, let's make the distance, hold on, let me switch to tank first. Let's go Germany. Now, you know what I'm about to show, because this is going to be the worst thing he's going to go up against besides maybe any of the Russians, obviously, but we're going to use I'm trying to basically give it a chance to live. Wait, what rank is this tank? Hold on. Let's try to be fair. Let's be fair. This rank is 5, 6, 7. Okay. So it's a 7. We're not going to go higher than 7. Because I want to try to be fair. So that would be, the highest that would be, wow. It's Elsa. And the 2A4 Canadian. And the regular 2A4. But let's go the high, because this is what it's going to end up fighting if he's bringing it in there. Or let's say he's using his aim and all that, right? And he's up tiering this. We want to see what happens in an up tier. I will check the 2A4 and the 2 to see if they're any different. But let's just hit max field here. What's the highest round possible? KEW. So that's not great. That's what the aim is firing, I think. Which should go to show you that Kate is way stronger bullet-wise than Elsa is. Which that makes me a little sad, but... Yeah, see, they're better at heat. I'd be better off with Kate hunting light vehicles or mediums than using ERA heavies. Or not ERA, what's it called? The rolled armor one, not the ERA. The ERA is actually built for that. But, what's it called? I forgot the name. Still don't mind me today. It's a rough day. But, so it's KEW. That's actually pretty reasonable. That's the same round the AIM is using. Yeah. Yeah, you see what's happening here? Yeah, that's at 500. Hold on, so let's give him an advantage. Let's go up. I'm gonna jack this up to give him an advantage. 1,500? Oh! That is freaking ridiculous. Oh no! I'm trying to give it as much angle as possible, like a 90 degree. It doesn't stop. Okay, so right there. So what is that? 76. So it doesn't stop killing him until a 76 degree angle at 1,500 meters away? Come on. Oh my goodness. This thing is a paper doll. I mean, obviously there's no damage there because you're just going through the tread and going out into that Christmas tree. But, bruh. This is a light tank. And it drives like a heavy. Oh no. That's terrible. This thing really needs help. I see why this is bad. It's fun if you're gonna just play it as like a little mini brawler. Like I said, this would be cool for like... I'd like to see its acceleration, right? I bet you its acceleration is nasty. But that's not gonna help you in an open battle. That's definitely urban only. This thing's 100% meant to camp. Camp inside cities, guard a cap that has a lot of cover. Just don't get seen. Just don't be let any sniper, any leopard, any T-80. This is at 2,000 meters. With a KEW. Kate's firing something worse. Oops. Wow. Gaijin didn't give it the IRL upgraded engine. Oh, that's dumb. That's so dumb. This thing has to be a light. The only thing this thing would be good at, besides, like I said, camping and being a guard or a reserve, like you'd play this after you run out of your Abrams. After everything else has kind of somewhat died off and all the good stuff has kind of been used. Let's even look at lower. Hold on. Let me, So, let's go down to... What rank is this thing, actually? Hold on. 10.3. So, let's try its own actual rank. Like, 10.3 only. We're still sticking with Germany. Because they fired the KEWs. Let's go... I mean, the Puma... I mean, that's... It's a 30 mil. If that kills it at 2,000 meters, that's a problem. It'd be the TAM. The Strela does not count. So it's Leopard 2K. The actual Leopard for this is the 2K. So let's do that. So the highest round it gets, it doesn't even, wow, it doesn't even get. Oh no, yes it does. So the DM23 is the highest, right? DM13? Yeah, DM23. So we're not shooting at 500. Let's crank this back up to 1,500 again. It's still, okay. It's less. Okay. So the range stops, well, why I say that? There's still a huge gap. So it starts here and goes all the way. So that's still pretty nasty. That's still a guaranteed body shot. Like, any smart person's going to shoot him here, right? Ooh. Ooh, that's... Yeah, even here. Yeah, it's like... Of course, back here at the 66, that's been... But, see, even at 75... There's only a degree still of difference. That's still not enough. It's still getting even killed by a DM23 at 1,500 meters away. Let me try 2,000. Let's try our max. Okay, that at least has something to it. So it has to be 72 degrees. It's kind of unpredictable here in between 74 and 75. So that's something. But that's basically across the map. They're never going to be that distance fully. I don't think ever. I mean, some people might. It depends on the scenario, but in most cases, probably most people on average who are sniping are firing at this range. Maybe 1800 around there, and lower, but I'm gonna say most of them are firing 1500, and that's going all the way up to 75 degrees. Yeah, there's still a 75 to screen and worth of penetration. Whew. Now, of course, they're not going to do a lot of damage right here, but this is death. If you got shot by this, even in this little dude, with this little of a round, it's going to kill your transmission, your fuel tank, and your track. You're going to get spun, is what's going to happen right here. So your track is going to explode, and the tank's going to... And now, you look like this. And that's just... Yeah, that's death for any tank. Especially getting sniped. You would have to cautiously know how to snap your analog stick back to stop the tank from turning as much as possible. So you only rotate to maybe about here at best. And even that still, they can still kill you. This thing is just a death trap. The turret's the only thing that saves it. This means it, once again, it's basing its fight on cover alone. You need to be hull down most of the time, and you don't need to be peeking. You really don't. To be fair, I don't think you can peek in this thing, because look how much, so I'm trying to think where you'd have to, hold on. Can we test drive this thing? Probably not, because I'm not close enough. Hold on. I wanted to see if we could show something. I might have to do it on my tank to show you what I mean. I cannot. Okay, so let me test drive the HC and show something real quick of why that's terrible. I'll have to find a building. There's not many out here. Right here. Hold on. Get behind this house. I'm gonna show you something bad. And it has the same clearance, maybe a little bit better than this HC. But this HC's turret sits forward on the chassis more, so it kind of makes up for it. So I'm going to show you something. So I'm gonna look down. Oh, you can't see it. So I'm going to drive out until we can see the tank. Let me gauge him first so I know. Hold on. This doesn't count because I want to do this accurately. So right there, he's right there. So I'm not going to move my camera. So we're in cover right now, mostly. Our nose is mostly covered. He can kind of deck me in that front panel, so realistically you want to even back up to here if the building's not covering you enough that way. So let me show you what happens. So let's drive up until we can see him, the bare minimum. So right there. So we can see him right now. Look what's exposed. He can now corner jab me straight, not only under my throat if he's good, which is where you really want to go for a bigger boy Abrams anyways, but even if I was playing smart and did like this, so I'm going to show now this one. I'm going to back up where he can't see me. We're going to go back in here again. I'm going to pull up. Oh, too much, hold on. I got to get him back, I got to line him back up into a kill shot again, hold on. Because this is where you shoot to kill him right there with this round. Reverse. So back up. We're going to reverse. So we're really behind the building right now. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, stop. Kill shot. Okay. Once again, let me look down. Or hold on. Let me take it out of that. Dismiss that. My alarm. Let me use my camera to rotate this to show you what's happening. So now this entire front little under panel right here is exposed. And for that little 120, that is extremely way more soft than even this one is. And I still think that he could kill me at that angle if he shot there first. Now, it's not a guarantee on a normal Abrams. You really don't want to take that shot unless you really are good at it. You're just better off hitting me in the neck. Once again, right here under the barrel. Like, basically shoot what it look, basically eye for an eye at this point. But in the modern fighting stance, most brawls end up just being eye for an eye spots. Just where you just have to know where that is for you, for your opponent, or for your opponent. And if they know that where that is for you, there is a chance you're going to get like what we had in that one little deployment where me and that Chinese tank took each other out at the same time. Because we did the same thing to each other, because some of the Chinese tanks are kind of Abrams-like, so they have a similar weakness. So we just throw it at each other. That's what I think me and Darius are going to end up doing. If we both spot each other at the same time, I think me and Darius' fight is just going to be us just firing and both of us die. So imagine this right here. So he died, but so did I. He hit me right where I would have died too. So think that we both just went up into a ball of fire. That's what's going to happen most likely. Let's see, you can one-shot its body, but it can also one-shot you. Let's see, the 120's only advantage at its BR is that it has the strongest round of its BR. It does have that. You are right about that. But that being said, its armor is so thin, it doesn't really matter. It's the same rule. It literally, at its own rating against the Leopard 2K, it's the same rule of principle. It's going to be who shoots. You're probably just going to deck each other if you're both good enough. It's really going to be just one to one. So, but also I'm going to show you something while we're here, chat. I'm going to press my what would be L1 and R1 for normal people right now. Watch what happens at the bottom of the right screen. I have finally designed a control scheme. It won't matter for modern because you can just do this. But whoops, I blew the house up. Whoopsies. But it's also why you don't want to sit behind wooden houses, because you can technically shoot through them. But I have made so many changes. Like, I've got so much stuff. Now, this is now night vision to make it easier, so now I can go boop, boop, boop. And just keep that on. I've changed quite a lot. And something I want to show real quick, I think it's L1, L2. I now have manual control of my machine gun. And now I have back control. I have done a lot of work today on the control scheme for this to make this more apt. Now I forgot what I made that bad now. But oh, and also, because there's no point, I'm never going to use more than one shell. By the way, I looked it up. I can't find a button that allows you to force feed the shell. So I think you do just have to fire the one you have in your barrel. If there is one, it's only on PC. Because I looked through the entire control. And if I'm wrong about that, please someone let me know. Because I went through the entire, like, all of this. Every single one of this. I went through the common controls, spectator camera. I even went and looked in here to see if it was in here, to see if maybe it's something I can tell the crew to do automatically when I say switch cell. I want you to unload the previous one if I haven't fired it and put the other one in. Because let's say I don't want to waste a Sabo, but I do want to fire a heat at a light vehicle, right? So I have not figured out how to fix that yet. I have, however, figured out how to get rid of individual assignments to bullets. I could just do that. But that's not loaded. Like, I still have to fire the other ones. So I'll give you an example. Let me shoot at this water tower. Yeah, because it went from 13. Let me make sure I'm not wrong. I'm pretty sure I was 13, so that's on 8 now, so let's say I switched back. Yeah, see, it's wasting it. So, see, that's what I don't want. I wish there was a way to tell them not to do that. So I could get them to feed into it, and I don't see it in, this is what the touchpad does, right? I don't see it in here. Oops, wrong button. Forgot I need to... Or in here? Like, I thought maybe it would have been in here, but it wasn't. Because then that makes sense. Because then I could hide behind a building and have them reload. Because it's going to take a second anyways. So it wouldn't matter if I added one extra button press to that. But I'm not sure how to fix that. But I do have a cycle for bullet ammo now where I can just do 2 buttons and done. Like hold L1 square, done, switch bullet. We're never going to use more than 2 bullets. There's no point. And no matter what tier you play at, you're probably never going to need more than 2. And the rocket is a separate button anyways for ATGMs. So I kind of was like, that's proliferous as hell. That's why it allowed me to take away the up and down D-pad and change it to this. So I could actually, for lower level ranks and things that don't have laser rangefinders on them, that just do it automatically, which is what that does, I can now manually scope myself for better shots and actually be better at sniping again. I want this game to be my go-to game now because I kind of need it. There's a lot of stress and stuff going on IRL and stuff. It's cool. Like it's just not been easy. It's just been crazy. So I need a game that I can kind of use as my stress reliever game since ATS is a little harder for me to do on my PC, so it's not as stress relieving. Because I have to do all this, get my setup ready. Where if it was on console, which is almost here, I just don't know what month. It's Q1, so it could be anywhere from now to literally March or April. So I need a game to be my I want to play this. And I know that sounds crazy that I'm using this as a stress reliever game, but I realized something between this and Smite. Once I took the time to set this up, I did one little match just to see how I felt. This changed everything for me, for this game, at least for tanks. I won't say that would change jets. Jets are way another beast of a whole nother level. That's why I'm not messing with those. But I'll just be the guy on the ground with the rocket shooting the jets and the choppers down. When I don't have a tank. But I would love to do jets, maybe later, but I think I'm going to save my jet enjoyment for when the new Ace Combat comes out for our channel, because I think I'd rather do that for jets. But tanks is now sealed in stone for me now. Or not, if that didn't matter, the Israeli Sabre variant of the M60 would also be useless. You see, it doesn't have the mega round, and it's still M60 paper hull. And that's what I'm saying. But isn't that thing faster though than the 120? This is why I say if you're gonna make something like what the 120 seems to be representing, it seems to be a light assault tank. It's just strange that it's not treated as one, or at least not in the game. Like you said, in IRL it did get an engine upgrade. But why is that not in War Thunder? It's not like that game game. It's not like that tank is a new tank. So it's not like you couldn't do that in this game. Why is that not its engine upgrade? It's only taking it from 30 to 43. That's not enough. Not for how little of armor that thing has. It needs to be faster. If you're going to use it as a light assault, because it really has no other purpose. You'd still be better off. Is there any... Hold on. Let's go back to the hangar now. Now that I've kind of shown some more stuff off. Is there another Abrams or anything closer? The HC is like 12.0, right? It's a huge gap, isn't it? Yeah. Huh. But there is the regular... So hold on. See, now I have a big, as much as I'm still going to get this tank for the lulz, and I want to play this tank for the fun of it, and just to be hilarious with it. It's also a good way to train yourself. If you really want to argue with anything that this thing could be good for, teaching you how to be better with your tank. So that way when you're in this, you're going to be a nightmare. So, or even in this, you'll be a nightmare. Because here's my thing. Look at the little difference between this. This is a 0.4 difference. So, I mean, seriously, like, look at this. And how fast is this? This thing's already 45. And then what does the engine bring it to? 85, I'd have to see. It doesn't say. You'd have to unlock it to see how much it's truly given. But hold on, so it's an 85 horsepower. It's definitely double than what even the other engine's giving the other one, so that's even more embarrassing. I'm going to say that's going to go from, that's a rough estimate. It's going to be somewhere in the 50s, 48, maybe 47. That's a pretty decent upgrade for a regular Abrams. It's almost 50 miles an hour. But it's a regular Abrams. And wait, and what round does this thing get? The M74, 774. Okay, so it still has the better round. So I think this is shittier, right? So that's its only advantage? Come on. Is that really its only advantage? It is. So this thing is so odd. I feel like you're just meant to ambush and just one-tap things with this. What else would you do with this? Unless you find a perfect hull-down position. Don't get me wrong, if you could somehow... I feel like this thing needs the dozer. If you really want my opinion, you know what's funny about this situation? I feel like this thing needs the dozer. If this had a dozer on it, problem instantly solved. Because it could literally run out to a spot, dig into the ground, make this the only thing you can shoot at, maybe its neck, like most Abrams, but making it less likely to die and actually snipe and fight back. I mean, it's got the highest ranking, like Farseer just said and we just saw, it's got the highest ranking round of the 10.3, even 10.7 range. It won't be outclassed until the HC. AKA the 12.0s. Or strange. Or very strange. It's faster, just as fast as the other MBTs, but slower than light tanks. I just think that that's backwards. I think that's backwards. I think that's absolutely backwards. I think for something that small, you'd want to sacrifice for slightly a weaker bullet or weaker gun, because you're going to be ambushing anyways. And then let the bigger gun and bigger, what were you already said? For it has? Weaker gun and round. Yeah, the bigger round and bigger. Although I don't think it's a weaker gun. It definitely doesn't have a weaker gun. They have the same gun. Maybe the barrel is rifled differently and that could be affecting it, but I mean, according to War Thunder's just being size-wise, it's the same. They're both 120s. I'm pretty sure, right? Oh, no, you are a 105, but do you get an upgrade? Let's see. If not, then I can see that, but that's still backwards. That's still really stupid. No, it does not get a change. So, that's, to me, really dumb. Heck, one could argue it's like, why, okay, even if it has a smaller barrel, it's going to have less range. Why does it have a weaker round than this? I don't know. I'm just think that that's really strange that this gets that, but this doesn't. This is a higher tier. Then that means even though this does have better armor, obviously, and mobility, clearly, you're still, I don't know. It's like this just makes this kind of weak, almost proliferous. These almost should just be the same tank at this point, is what I'm kind of feeling like, what my brain's kind of arguing with itself. It's trying to figure out what to articulate, what's bothering it. And I think what it is this is just should be the same tank. Either that or this should have better mobility, keep the weaker armor, maybe keep the same round. I think both of these should have that round. The one that this one gets, the M1A1 round. I think both of these should have that ability to get that. Because I guarantee you there's regular M1s who are probably firing those. Because, I mean, the size may be different, but that's just going to affect range. If the rifling is the same as the A1, it's not going to matter. I don't know. I just think that's strange. It's very strange. I still think I'd play this still more. I still think even with its weakness, I still think it's better than this overall. That's why I think this is so strange that they did that like that. I'll have both. I'm just going to have them all. I love all the Abrams, but still, that's very proliferous. Especially from real life, it makes more sense, probably. Because once again, real life is different. The rules are not the same. Combat rules and engagement rules are not the same. But in a video game, that's extremely proliferous. I kind of see why Darius is mad, to be fair. Honestly, I'm going to side with Darius on that one. I think them adding that was dumb. It's a fun little novelty, and I'm going to enjoy the novelty of it. But for someone who already had, or already was basically working on the HC, that's just a waste of their time. It's like, you're either going to have to snipe with that darn thing and hope they don't notice you too, because you're not going to be out-snipe a sniper. Like, that thing's not going to out-snipe no Leopard 2K. Actually, what is the Leopard 2K's gun? Hold on. That's a 10.0. Oh, hold on. The 2.4, well, it's a 10.3, so I'll be fair. 10.0. So what's your gun? See, even that's got a 120. So, and, so my brain's like, why is the 120 even in here? It's going to get out-popped. This is going to kill it. Sure, it can kill it too, technically. But also, it's going to be up-tiered to this. So, yeah, there's that, but then it's going to be fighting this, too. It's only the bullet that keeps it in the fight. It's only the bullet. Everything else is just worse. I just don't know if I agree with that thing even existing in here. In real life, it made sense. In here, it does not. But the M1 came before the M60 120s. That's fine. Like I said, I'm not saying give it a 120, but there's no excuse for the ammo. Ammo doesn't behave like that. The size of the gun does not matter to the bullet, because the width is still the same. The 100 part and the part you see 120, 105, that's the length of the barrel, not the width. And this is what produces more velocity to allow for the bullet to travel further. It's basically just distancing. But I just think that, in my opinion, from a game standpoint, not real life standpoint, I will argue for this in real life, because this was probably our early prototype and answer to a 120 on a Leopard or anything else that had a 120. So I can understand real life why it exists. But for War Thunder's purpose, I think they should have just kept it as a huge leap between the M60 and the M1A1. I mean, you're going to have an M1 Abrams. You're going to have an LAVAD with rockets. You're going to have an M112, which, what do you have? Which also has the 105. You're going to have 105. Sure, you might have a slight disadvantage, but they only did this to give the 10.0 Americans a 120. That is all this is here for. I'm now realizing that's probably the... Well, actually, wait a minute. What's Booker get? Yes, see, Booker has a 105, but one could argue, once again, Booker proves that 120 doesn't matter. The distance between a 120 and a 105, especially in this game, is going to be negligible at best. So my brain kind of goes, I still think it should just be, this should have been the line right here. Even Booker right here, because Booker's the same rank as this. So you'd just be using a Booker, you'd be using an M1, you'd be using an LAVAD, you'd have a 120, this is for anyone who doesn't have premiums, by the way. You'd be using a 112, the 1128, aka the Striker. I see why Darius is mad. I'm just gonna, like I said, I agree with Darius on this one. I see why he's mad. This is dumb. There was no reason for this. This was just, and this one could argue maybe even makes America a little too strong on this rank without up tier, because the 105 was good enough for the way our bullets work anyways. So, there's some questionability going on there, that's all I'll say. It's not important enough to break the game, and it doesn't make or break anything. It's just more just annoyance than anything. like Darius would probably feeling. It's just very strange. Especially you're gonna have to pay the money for it too, I guess. That's another argument why I say that's more annoying than game breaking. Because now you're paying that that 1 mil or whatever it's gonna cost you, and then crew training, and so it's just an unnecessary HC extra purchase of a prototype HC M1A1. So, or not, the reason for the M1 having the M105 gun and round is because they still wanted to use the M60's TTS guns and ammo. Well, yes, but in real life, I guarantee you they don't do that. You can't base that on real life, Farseer. Because I guarantee you M1s today aren't firing that. The rifling, because I'm gonna break a little knowledge on you. These are built no different than a rifle, than an assault rifle that you hold in your hand, just bigger. The rifling on the inside determines the type of round it can handle. That means that this can fire. What is or excuse me, where is it? What is my round called? Wrong button. Oops. The M82A. Okay. And there's no way America don't have enough of these, so I'm not going to accept that argument either. And it's like, so it's even for a real life standpoint, but also I'm going to break the argument in half at the end of this because it's a game. But, so, here's the thing. So, this is the M829 or whatever. So let me go to the other one. Now you can't see it very well from this angle because they just darkened the tube anyways, which even further argues towards the game part that's going to make this seem dumb. So that is like, so the A2A or even the A2A1, the one that's supposed to be for the normal M1A1, not even this one, because this round's technically for the A2, but there's a lesser version of even this round that it should have. Because this is the A2 round, this A1 is actually firing, now that I think about it. But, which also, once again, proves what I just realized. I'm an idiot. This tank's existence proves that wrong. If this can fire the A2 round, so can the A1 fire the A1 round. Or the M1 fire the A1 round. That's completely bonkers. And see, Ardna, let me hurt your brain more. The 120s came after the M1A1. But once again, my point is, even further, that argues to what I'm talking about, what I'm right about on this. In real life, rifling is what determines bullet, not size of cannon or size of barrel. Now, it can play into it, but most rifles or cannons have a long enough barrel where this isn't going to matter too much unless you're trying to snipe. This is why sniper rifles have such long barrels for handheld use. So, the only difference between a 120 and a 105 is bullet drop. The inside of the barrel is what matters more than anything else in the world. So, because I know as something that kind of studied a little bit of manufacturing and factory working, when you make a mass production of something, you do not change it. Do you want to know why? Because it's too expensive. So, you may make something bigger, but the internal workings don't change. This is why the Abrams has kind of stayed the same, other than the accessories and new modern technology that it's getting. Now, it eventually will change. This barrel is either of its next evolvement, I've said this before, in my opinion, either is going to be magnetic, or it's going to be a bloody laser. Probably magnetic, in my opinion. My next, like I said, I think we're going to end up on the route where everything's just going to be bloody railgun. It's just going to be... And it's like, it's not even going to need the combustion. It's just going to need the magnets, the power inside of it. You wouldn't need a loader anymore, so you could cut down on crew. Like I said, sky's the limit on that. But basically, from barrel to barrel, most time when you come up with something that works, you do not change that because of manufacturing needs and resources and the things that go into building these. So the rifling in these are no different. So this 120's rifling is no different than the rifling on the inside of this. There's no difference here. Especially when like what Farseer even further proved with the A1, which is this one. This A1 technically has the 120. So that even shows War Thunder's even more dumb in that aspect too. Well, smoothbore is even better, because smoothbore means you can get it even less. You're just proving me right more. You're not getting, you're looking too much into the details, Farseer, of what I'm saying, and not getting the general consensus of what I'm saying. Base. The core of the explanation. You look too deep into those things. That's what causes those kinds of conflicts. What I'm talking about doesn't matter, smooth barrel, rifling, whatever. I'm talking about the infrastructure of a device in general. That's splitting hairs, is what you just did there. So, which is pointless. And it's like, so back to my explanation. And War Thunder seems to have even somewhat, not proved you wrong, but proved what you just said kind of is wrong for this game. Because the A1 has a 120 in this game, according to War Thunder, as you can see on the screen. Naturally. Which, what did you just say? The Abram, let's see, Ardnot, let me hurt your brain more. The 120s came after the M1A1. Yet, according to War Thunder, which proves me even more right with this game's illogic when it comes to that, is that they think it has a 120. So, let's see, came out, the best round they could give it IRL was the M60. Let's see, was it, yeah, when it came out, but once again, you're doing it again. That's splitting hairs, Farseer. This is a game. Do you think the M1 Abrams just released in War Thunder today? Or we just created the M1 in real life today? Come on now. Don't make me pull out a little bit of the roach power. Because that's even I recognize now that's splitting the wig. It's like what that's arguing proliferous things that do not matter. That have nothing to do with the conversation or argument. Just saying. But let's see, Tam King said, sup y'all, by the way, Phasmo Devs just dropped some juicy info. Oh, I saw the picture you sent. Did they add more ghosts? I saw that picture, by the way. I wanted to, because I realized Tam King joined in. Welcome, welcome. They have revamped the character models, added a lot of new animations for using... Ooh! We need to try it then. We might need to play that tonight if we get time. I don't know if Lamito will be available, but we'll have to try it, because I want to show that off if they've changed that much. We might show that then. And it's like, so it's like, but back to the original thing, where I'm going to close this thing. Manufacturing dictates that a 120 and a 105 have no difference, except for length. That is the brass tacks. That means the round should not matter, because the width of the barrel is the same. Now, if it was a thinner barrel, that would make sense, but it's not. So like I said, I think that these two should swap bullets, or they both should have the same exact access. Like, these two should have the same rounds, even if they have different length guns. These two should not be no different than each other. So like I said, I agree with Darius on that one. This shit is pointless. Because we're not using real life as an argument, because real life isn't War Thunder. This is still a game. Let's see. Well, Gaijin just wanted to make it realistic to what it had in service. Yes, but even in real life, yeah, it had in service at that time, but they need to stop doing that for modern. That is on Gaijin on that one. I agree with you on that. Because they need to stop doing that, because it needs to match the same tier it's at. It doesn't need to just have, oh, it just had that at that time of service. Yeah, you're basing this off when it was a prototype, when when these guns and these tanks didn't exist. But if you're going to have a game about it, and you have your M1 Abrams firing a lesser round than a tiny tank made out of paper, it makes the adding of the tiny tank pointless, because no one's going to play it. They're just going to stick with the lesser round because it's good enough, but they still get better armor and mobility. It is... It's like I said, Darius is right on that tank. I think that was just novelty, in my opinion. They were just trying to add it for the novelty, when they could be adding other tanks that actually would serve a purpose in that spot. So... They even showed off new death animations. Just got new... Well, you now get lifted off the ground and choke. That update hasn't dropped yet. It's coming in a big part 1.0 patch. The new character models alone look really good. Okay. So they're probably going to start adding customization then, too. I bet you the clothing is going to start happening. We're finally at that point with them. Go see what the M60 TTS has. It and the M1 share the same, has the same gun. No, I don't doubt you on that. I guarantee you they probably did. Where is this right here? I guarantee you that's why. Because once again, they're basing it off the fact that, oh, it's a 105. But even this thing, realistically, in modern times, probably fires A1 rounds. I don't know about A2. I think the bullet did get maybe thicker at that point. I don't know. Because the barrel was done a little bit wider at that point when the A2s started being manufactured. But I still think just the A1's round, the M1A1's round, and how far up that is, still is fireable by even this cannon. Pretty sure, because I've watched that. Because think about the reason why that wouldn't be realistic. So it's got the M75. So, okay. So that's 291. That's really low. We've deployed these against Russian modern tanks. I'm not going to say where. In modern times, and these things are still bopping them. So you know what that tells me? They ain't using this. Because that would not hurt no modern, like close to, like, even a T75. Hell, even T60, that would be barely hurt it. Depending on where you shot it. And it's like, so this tells me that even today, the M60 is probably using a better bullet. Same gun, though. So you see my point. But that is kind of weird that they debuff the M1 for that purpose. I think that's dumb. I think that's really strange. Why weaken the M1 to only have the M7735? Or, excuse me, the M774? Actually, no, it doesn't even get that, does it? Hold on. Wait a minute. I don't even think the M60 even gets that round. Hold on. Oh, no, there it is. Didn't see it. So, yeah. So, there's really no point to this. 371's okay. But that's still... We're talking about, like, scaling, right? Once again, this is something they're not considering. That because this game doesn't force you to fight at your own tier, there's always going to be an up tier. I think that this is where I think the thing that War Thunder and Gaijin is going to figure out one day the most. I think their biggest problem solver, if they wanted to make this game, is for modern. We're not talking about World War II. World War II is fine. I wouldn't mess with it too much more. It's already been through a lot. But as far as modern alone, I think the one major issue is they're basing the ammo type way too much on the original service time. Like based on what it had when it first started, right? Or even in its late life before the modern era really kicked in. So like the M60 for instance. The problem with this is, so what tier is this? What tier is the M60? It is a 9.0. So that 9.0 can see up to, let me find a German one. The Americans jump. I need to find a German or Russian one. Hold on. It's going to be 11 something. It's not going to be an exact, okay, there's the Puma. I don't think we have. I mean, the 2A4 is 10.7. It's going to see that. So let's use this as an example. So the M60 is going to get uprooted to this. Let's see if it can hurt this easily. I want to see what the level of this is. So I need America. I might have to go down a rank, right? Yeah, I don't see it. I think I got to go down a rank. So I'm going to go down a rank. Just click Bradley again real quick. And go down one rank. There she is. Because she's 9.0. So let's give her the M774. And I mean, obviously 500 meters, most things don't matter, but let's see what it does at 500. Yeah, about what I thought. At 500, both of these are cooked. So, oh, well, I say that. Okay, it can't do anything over here. It would have to shoot here. What about turret? Yeah, turret. Well, it could well, actually, that's only FCS. So it'd have to shoot, yeah, it'd have to basically, what about from the front? Hold on. So, okay, it could cannon breach me. Okay, we could just face slap each other. But that being said, its only guaranteed kill is here. Everywhere else is kind of a chance that the Leopard's going to be able to shoot it. So you see how that's at and this thing is 10.7. So this is what you're going to see averagely as a 9.0. You might get lucky and get down tiered and be the king of the castle, because at that point then the M60 will be the best thing out there with one of the best rounds out there. But only at 9.0 and lower. Anything above that, starting to ring other numbers. Before you get to 12.0. Because at 12.0, obviously everything's going to be changing. But, so that's, see, and that's why when you see that these things are killing modern things, so let me do something else. Let me try something real quick. Let's go Russia. Where's Russia? T80. What do I think they're deploying? They're not going to go full into the balls of the wall. They're probably putting out T80Us at best. Maybe T90s, but I haven't heard too many. I know I've seen a couple of these die in the news. I'm basically basing on real life, kind of to show the difference between the game and what it could be versus what the game should be doing. So let's go to you. What about the T80U? How effective in realism, this technically should not do nothing, but let's see. Depends on where he shoots, to be fair. Just anything skill at the end of the day, but so I need to go down a rank. We need to go to this rank. We need to go to US. We need to go to M60 TTS. We go M774. Yeah, you see what I'm talking about? Now, you're probably, but that's the M60. It's a 9.0. Yeah, but we're going to get to it. We're going to get to why that's a stupid decision what they did. So right there is his only his only hope. Right there is the only hope. Maybe there if you get lucky, but that's probably risky because it's probably what's happening is it's getting in between the seam. So you have to hope this goes into it. But if you're looking at it from this angle, yeah, you're going to have to throat her. You're going to have to treat her like an Abrams if you're fighting with this. Completely. Anywhere else is your butt. So, and that is only what, an 11? The 10's probably not much different. But why that's scary is because look at what the Abrams' rank is. And it has to be up tier too. 10.7. That's going to see these. See my point? Why does this have only this? That's BS. So this probably will be the one Abrams I probably won't use that much. I probably will get this and skip right into the A1. Because I won't even train a crew. I'll just buy it so I can get this. And if I don't even have to buy it, then I'm just not even going to buy it. Because that's pointless. I'll buy this for the novelty because it's 120. And I do want the regular HC because it's got the bulldozer on it. To play around with that. But this is getting skipped. Because that's BS. Because I'm going to see averagely that T80U. And I'm going to see Russian-wise 12.0. I'm going to see... Where are we at? Yeah, I'm going to see this BS. If it ain't going through that other one, it ain't going through that. So you see my problem. They gypped the M1. The M1 got gypped hard. I'm going to say that now. Everything else in this game seems pretty normal except that one situation. That situation between the 120 and the M1 just seems like proliferous BS when you could have just, the simple answer would have just let the M1 have the A1's round. What in the world? What in the world? Actually, it'll see 9.3 and 10.0 T80s. No, I've seen 11.0. Nope, it does not stop there. It's somewhere in the 11s. I've been in a 9-point match enough to know this, Farseer. It doesn't stop at 10. So trust me, that means it's now in range, much like the Tiger got treated. It's in a range where it's seeing things it can't fucking kill. And it's an M1. The beginning of the Abrams line. The birth of the children of all of the greatest tank line on this planet. I'm just gonna say. I know that's a little biasm, but I'm letting it seep out because there is proven fact in things we've seen in real life that say this. So it's like even the standard M1 is a monster. That is really short-shitting it. So, it won't see the Leopard 2A4 as I forgot to add context talking about the M6. Yeah, but we're not talking, you're not getting Farseer. Stop splitting hairs. Yes, but you know what also has that same bullet? A 10.7. You see my point? You stop splitting hairs. You're like 2 steps back in the conversation. Come on. Because that's why I'm getting a little upset, because you're arguing for the M60 when you're not moving on with the conversation that the M60's problem is a bigger problem because they made the M1 have the M60's round. Because there's no logic there. And it's like Gaijin fucked up right there. I will give them one thing. I like everything else in the tank game, but they fucked up hard on ammunition with the M1. That is BS asinine insanity that they think that thing's not firing A1 rounds. You see, I will keep on the IBM1. You see, we upgraded the M1, then they just made it a separate tank. And see, and that's my problem with that. Is the 120 is a novelty. It should not exist, and the M1 should be able to upgrade, have an upgrade in its modifications to unlock. Let me go see what the round is called before I say the wrong one. M1A1 modifications. This one. The one I have on mine doesn't count because it's the A2 version. The M829A1. This is no different. And hell, even this one. Why doesn't it even have this one? I forgot this one even existed. Because I'm only thinking about the A1's actual comparison. This is an even lesser round, but still better than the 774. Why is this not on the M1? This is in between that, and this is in between the 774 and this. Gaijin, come on, man. Come on. Like I said, there are still certain things, small things in this game that are a little bit weird. I think they need to stop trying to be so realistic. If you really want my opinion, my best course of action and tip I could give Gaijin if I could talk to them somehow would be stop playing too hard into the simulator. I get it. I get why you're trying to do that, but I guarantee you, no one even in the simulator mode asked for the 120. The 120S? The 120 small, I guess is what that stands for. I really don't know what that S stands for, but whatever. Super, maybe. I don't know. But either way, no one asked for it. At least not on general community. I guarantee you, if I went and asked 1,000 people on this, not even in realistic, in simulator mode, where is it? This one. Even in this one, because I'm playing fair right now. If I asked 1,000 people that play America in this mode, did you want the 120S to be added to the game? I guarantee you they could two answers are going to happen. Either no or couldn't give a shit. And both of those are the same answer. It's both a no. Why add something that's not going to make you any clout, any money, any attention to your game? It's just sad. One day Gaijin's going to realize their biggest issue is they overcomplicate shit. They really do. That's the simplest answer. It's all it is. It's nothing, it's no nefarious. It's not like Smite. They're not trying to jip people. They're not trying to do this. They're not doing that. It's just plain slight lack of common sense. It's just inefficient. They're trying to be too hard into the paint and too complicated to the point that it hurts itself in some choices. Yeah, they'd make a great mech game. I think Gaijin would make a great mech game. But I actually think they'd be better. Here's going to say something hilarious. I think they'd be better at a mech game than they would be at a tank game. And here's the reason why. One, you don't have to base it on reality as much. And remember what I just said a minute ago, what I think is starting to hurt War Thunder a little bit to a certain extent. We want realism, but we don't need it to be one-to-one. One-to-one. Video games still have to be video games. Otherwise, it's not a game anymore. It's just real life simulator, and trust me, no one wants that. Even GTA, to a certain extent, even if it tries to be a real life simulator, what makes it not a real life simulator is, you know, the fact you're a crazy person or some gangster or some bank robber or something crazy. That helps with that. That's why GTA succeeds in that route. I'll never hate on them for that. For when it comes to that, as an example, it's a different genre, but it's the same problem. It could actually do the same thing to itself. It could get so hyper realistic that it could become a problem for it. I don't think they will, because I think they have a good, at least on that aspect, I think they have a good grasp on that. But that's what War Thunder, I think, is suffering from at the end of the day. And I think it would be better at a mech game. I think they could rival Mech Warrior with a mech game, because they could take that complicated way they like to do their games and put it into something that makes sense being complicated. Because a mech game would be the absolute be end all of being able to do all kinds of crud with it, and it wouldn't really hurt it that much. Maybe one day. I will hurt Gaijin. The 120s is a fake name. The real name is the M62000, and it was a failed prototype. So it's even a failed project in real life. So even America considered that a failure. So you see, that should tell you a lot. But in real life, wow, so that's, yeah. Or not, the IPM-1 is the exact same tank as the M1. But it has everything the M1 needs. Which begs the question, why can't you just upgrade? Well, hold on. Wait a minute, I didn't know that. Let me look at that, because I did not look at that. I did not know that. Really? Wait, IPM-1. Yeah, how is this beneath? Also, oh my goodness, guy, it's all the small stuff, because they, once again, it comes from a brain that it feels almost like the designer of the HUD or maybe the programmer of this game may be a little OCD, because they're trying too hard to airtight certain things that it's backfiring on it. Because, and I have this problem in real life. That's why I recognize this. Especially more now that I know more about myself and things that I'm learning and everything. That's 11.3, yet that's beneath this. Does that mean you'd have to research? I assume you wouldn't have to research this unless you wanted it. But it's like, so that is literally, it's literally what it is, isn't it? I'll be real mad. Let me see something. You gotta be kidding. Bruh. You even get the 833. I mean, that's not that good, but it's a good start. Frick. Why? So, okay, let's do this again. So there's 2 tanks in here now that I feel like they just added to fill in the roster for no reason. So let me get this straight. You added, I see what she means. I see what Farseer's 100% on this one. That's dead on. This is pointless. Why is this here? What is this? This is literally this. Identical. Except one thing. This terrible thing. Yeah, this is getting skipped. This is getting skipped entirely. There's no point in this damn thing. Why? Why would you do this, guy? Just make that. Then arguably this should be an 11.0. You know what the problem is here? They were scared to separate this. I know why they did this. Okay, let's use developer brain with this. I know why they did this. They wanted to not separate even though up-tiering makes this pointless. Once again, because up-tiering is a major thing. You see what I'm saying, how they make this game so complicated that its own mechanics fall back on its own mechanics and ruin it in another spot? So because up-tiering can go all the way up from 10.7 to low 12.0, maybe 11.7 if you're lucky. I think it's 11.7. I think you're right beneath the 12.0 line, but I mean, some of the 11.7s out there are just as scary. 0.3 difference. So, my issue with this is this is an 11.0. This should be an 11.0, and this should jump to 11.7 and 12.0 here, which is that I agree with, because the A1 and the HC A1 are pretty scary. It's just to fill in the ranks. Why? When you can just add I want to also point out, hold on, how many little tanks do some other countries have at this tier? Let's look at France. Although some tanks do copy other allies. I think this is just a bunch of leopards. That one's okay. Sweden's going to be the Stravs. It's mostly just going to be leopards. And Stravs. See, okay. I do know Sweden has things that would equal out in this game's logic to 11.3 and 11.7. So why does Sweden have none? Because you want to know how? Look at that right there. You gonna tell me they don't have those? They do. Come on now. Gaijin. So places where that would make sense to have a filler in places, because look at this big gap here. Look at this stupidity. 10.7 to 12.7 straight up. When I know there's another, I'm pretty sure there's another version of the 121 that could sit here at 12.0, or at least 11.7, that would match this T80U premium. So what about Israel? I'm pretty sure Israel's probably fine, but we'll look. They're only modern anyways. You really don't, you basically start at 6.3 with them. See, they're okay. They have some 11.3s in the middle of this, plus one of their Merkavas is a 11.3s. See? They have both the See, this is smart. See, this makes sense, because these are variated on equipment, but they're the same type of tank. And one could argue maybe you could say, oh, but it's like, but at least these serve a purpose to each other. And then it jumps to 12.3. So yeah, there's even a better gappage between this. And then of course the Ram Sogol, I don't know how to say this, but 11.3 version of this as well, which is I think another Merkava, right? It's just another Merkava. It's just a different version. Yeah, it's just a Merkava. It's just a better outfitted one. It's got a 120. Does the regular Merkava get that? The 3B? Yeah, so also want to point out even 11.3s in Israel get 120s, man. Without that round, you get underclassed with that M1 pretty hard. What about 9.7? Merkava 1B. Okay, that's a 105 at least. But still, like once again, we'll be a 10.7 tank, so we can see this. This is within punching range. And this has a 120 and probably, let's see, a better round than the M1 regular? Regular M1? Let's find out. Actually, maybe not. Actually, no, yes it does. That's 586. That's still better than the 774. Ouch. And it shoots further. It's a 120. So, So yeah, that seems really strange. Because I feel like the M1 should be our middle ground. I feel like they misunderstood that this is supposed to be the stepping stone. This is supposed to basically be basically become what you see here. This is right before, maybe even right after, I can't remember, the A1, this version. So why isn't it just a modification upgrade? Why can't I just get the bullets and just basically spiritually, like you could literally, there's an open spot. It could be right here. Legit could be right here. Oh, man. Yeah, I know which Abrams isn't getting played. I might even play, like I said, I'll play the novelty just for the better round. Even though I'll get bopped when trying to move. And plus, at this point, when it comes to American Modern, Kate's got me at 12.0 locked in anyways. So, please tell me my XM1 is shittier. I really hope I could at least replace the XM1 with that. Hold on a second. What bullets does my XM1 get? That's the best one, right? Okay. Well, they're about the same. Hold on. 291 versus, let me go look. This is just tomato. 291, other than the armor. Let me see. That'll be the only reason why I get this. We're about to do a test. Okay. It has earned one single place in this roster. One single place. And only because its upgrade is exactly what this crew would get anyways. So it will replace the XM1. Because this is still at least somewhat shittier, which at least makes sense. Because that's like the same here. That's what this is. It's the XM803, but it's the premium version. So, thank goodness the M1 in this game at least has a better round than the XM1. I'd have been real upset. I've been so upset. Not at anything specific, just that one mess up. Just like, bro, how has that been ignored so hard? But, so it will be at least the better than 9.3 tank for this slot. This crew, although I was going to give, see, there's the problem. So I'd have to give it to this crew. So I'll give it to this crew just because this crew is actually meant to be in it. And I'll give this crew to 120S until the Booker shows up. The Booker is the replacement for all of this right here. This crew is 100% getting the Booker. I got them backwards because this is my M4A176, which should be... Yeah. Oh, that's this tree. So no, that tree. This one is the 120. So you are supposed... So I got that backwards. Oh, okay. To be fair, I think I'm going to change that anyways. I think for my lineup, for the way it's going to work out for my crew better, I want my higher trained crew to get the best light assault vehicle I've ever seen. That has a cannon. So I've decided, yeah. So this crew will get the Booker. This crew is gonna get the 120S HC line. And then this crew probably isn't gonna get really anything except for stay the LAV. This crew may end up having to swap back and forth. It depends on how I go. Because I'll have to spend Eagles if I want another crew beyond what I have to train them up. Because I may have to give my AA to a different crew, and this crew may have to become an Abrams as well. Like, this whole line needs to be basically, like, from here to here, these need to be 3 different Abrams in my brain. So I've got the Eagles. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I'm going to give them, where's the AA at? What's the highest AA I have? Wait. What is the highest? Wait. Is it that? Is it the M13? Hold on. It's the M16. Oh, they can't get it because you're in this. So hold on. So let me send you. I need to send you on remove. Do I want to remove from preset? No, let's just give you one of the other M4s. Let me find one. So that'd be the M6 line, right? Hold on. I'm reorganizing my crews to make sure this is permanent. Yeah, it'd be my jumbo. The M4A3E2 has to now be taught to this crew. Because that's the line that goes down the main Abrams line. Yeah, because that's going to be my other heavy. Okay. Yeah, change vehicle. Although, wait, is HC considered a heavy? No, none of them are at this point. Let me look further down the line, and it don't go no further. Yeah, that's definitely going to be what we're going to have to do. Either that or I switch you to that line. Hold on, which one would I rather have in that line? Okay, so this has got to be trained in the jumbo. We got to swap these around. So, well, I've got the silver to do it. I mean, it's the M6, but they're M4A3 105. Actually, I'll just do M6 because I know it's the same line. You need to now be trained in this crew. Because now that moves the M6, which is this line, which that's the main Abrams line, to the larger crew. The crew who will have to be skilled with that tank. Since this is going to be the Booker. Okay. That's been fixed. Now you need to be trained in the... I might as well go ahead and buy it. Order, select crew later. I want to do it separately. I won't go to 5.7 quite yet. I don't have another... Well, yes I do. Because we can just give you that. 30,000. I'm going to have to earn some money back. This is going to be a bit close one. Then we're going to go, for now, this needs to be trained into you. And now you need to get my AA. So I need to go to my highest AA, which is the M16. Give it to this crew. Now we have the max amount of crews I want to have for my Americans. 9.7 Merkaba has a laser warning telling you if you're being lost. Oh, that's cool. Somebody shoot something. What? Did you hear something in the background? Did I miss something? I have my headset off my ear. I didn't hear anything. Which we're going to have to do. We're not going to be able to do as many matches as I was hoping tonight. We might actually... I think what I'm going to do, because this is going to be a really light week, I'm going to do this on purpose. I'm going to say this on stream now. Sealy might not like this. But we didn't get to do much today in the way of gameplay, because I'm in that point with War Thunder right now where I'm reorganizing. I'm getting my ducks in order. I'm doing for America what I did for Germany. So that way America can have the same exact treatment for how far I made it in Germany. So, I'm talking about in-game blow something up. Oh, we're gonna do that. That's actually what I was just about to go talking about. Because we've been doing a lot, talking about a lot. This has been an update video as well. Because of what's going to happen this month. We all know that after certain anime games start coming out, it's going to swap over to that. But I think for the rest of this week, because I kind of need a light week to begin with, I'm kind of really tired and there's been a lot going on IRL. Just stuff been just happening. Some other stuff going on that I'm trying to figure out how to deal with that for my situation and things like that. It's just been rough. I don't want to go into too much because I don't want to make this about that, but I need a lighter week. So what we're going to do is, Sealy will be partially happy. He won't be happy about tomorrow, but he'll be partially happy about, in general, what I'm going to do this week. This entire week, this coming week, starting tomorrow, for Sunday, is going to be primarily War Thunder and vlogs. Now, by vlogs, I mean mostly Uma. But we will do some vlogs where we'll do the normal. We might listen to some music, chit-chat, watch a video, do some things like that. But it's going to be probably Uma. It's like, it'll be Uma and War Thunder, is what I should say. But vlogs will be in the middle of that, because that's kind of how I'm organizing my vlogs right now. Because I don't have a set plan for Uma at the moment either. I have one, but I haven't been able to lock it down. Because I've been playing so much other stuff on the side that doesn't exist at all on my tablet. That I'm building up and making my squad better for a certain operation. But, that being said, I haven't been focusing too much on Uma like I probably should be. But, so it's probably Uma's mostly going to be part of the vlog as well. And it'll serve double purpose of talking about other things I want to do for the surprise, which that'll be for sure. I'll know for certain if we're doing this surprise for this month after the 14th. So after the 14th of the month, which is also, by the way, the same day a certain something starts. So it'll, to be fair, good timing. So, waifu week, basically. Well, I'm just going to turn into that. I mean, once Arcanites happens, then you got Code Vein 2 at the end of the month, which basically is February for me. Basically. Not this week, though. You said Uma? Okay, I'm leaving again. Silly said, why are you leaving, Silly? You get back here. Get back here, Silly. But yeah, we are going to be doing a lot of Uma this week just because it'll be a part of the vlog as well. And War Thunder. Obviously. Now, that doesn't count for what I'll be doing with James. Anything that's with James will be mostly Baldur's Gate. Now, we will still be doing Dispatch and Morta sometime this week. Because we're only going to need one day for both of them. So, well, one day separately for both of them. So 2 days. So I'll designate that probably Monday. Which day that week, which 2 days that week are going to be Morta and Dispatch. But the rest of it, Uma and War Thunder, aka vlogging and War Thunder. This is to buy us some time since I don't have anything till I realized I created a gap accidentally in my schedule. So there's a huge gap in between the anime games that are coming out and what I have that we can do right now, which is probably why you'll see a Phasmophobia update if patch 1.0 happens this month for what Tam King was talking about. You'll probably see you're definitely going to see Rivals, but once again, that's not actually until the 16th. So once again, that's also during the main skew of the part of the month. So most of it is going to be kind of filler. We've gone into the anime mode of the equivalent of filler season. I don't like to do filler seasons, but I've kind of run myself into a wall with this one. There's just not enough to do with this month, as far as the whole month, sadly. I'm leaving after that comment about a squad. What do you mean? There's no squad? You say you had nothing. Yeah, of course you joined right as I said that. That's Zichi powers, man. You do have, like I said, James has taught you well. But my brain just melted there. But yeah, that'll be mostly what we're doing this week coming up, just because we've, like I said, it's just ended up that way. It's gonna have to be somewhat of a filler episodes before we can get back in the main saga. Then hopefully after that, those anime games should carry us all the way to March. Because February, obviously, we're not going to be doing anything special in February. I just won't have the money. It'd have to be something small or free to play as well, which are others that will be releasing that fall under that. But that's why I said anime. The anime theme and anime, basically waifu part of the series or season that's about to happen, gonna probably go all the way to March. Once it starts at the end of January. Or the middle of end of January. James teaching his pharaohs can't even get up out of his chair. I say chair, but that thing has been buried 29 hours in the ground. Damn, silly. My colony in RimWorld died. Oof. RimWorld's a hard game. We do need to play that at some point. Depending on how cheap that is, I could do that at some point, but I still think anime is going to be the biggest thing throughout most of end of January, February, and into March. March is when it'll change, because as March rolls in, certain simulators might be releasing, if they haven't already by then, hopefully. And there'll also be other things happening with certain strategies by then. Wait, when's Dawn of War 4 again, Farseer? Don't let me forget that. When does that happen? I'm trying to conglomerate it with something else that I'm not going to tell you about. It's a secret. But when is 4? Let me look it up here real quick. Everything's just filler waiting for ATS to drop. I mean, Tam King's not wrong, but at least for my brain it is. Lately, that's all I can think about, because it's what I want the most right now. Like, out of everything, if you had to ask me, as far as something video game-wise, what do you want the most? ATS. Because I want to just be able to sit on my console here at night, chill and relax, and get my brain to detach from a little bit from, and just kind of chill out and veg out for a little bit, and just drive my truck. Like I said, it's kind of my go-to right now. But I'm having to use War Thunder for that because it's harder to do that on PC at a whim. But turns out you can trust a mad lad to build a nuke, but when you send an unemployed wolf, accidents happen. Oops. Well, welcome to RimWorld. That is literally all I can say, because there's so many scenarios I've seen people create in RimWorld, and so hilarious outcomes can happen. RimWorld's the RTS, or no, Colony Sim of Baldur's Gate 3. Man, the options you can have on, especially on PC, even further, with all the mods. The options you can have in that game are just endless. See how about to knock down Zeus, or what's Sealy do? I could build that for you, Farzu. Just don't freak out if I mess up the probability of detonation. Yeah, they're going to get the seal right now. Florida has detected the seal. No. It just says 2026. Okay, so it's just as much as alright. So I have to treat that with the same level of maybe as Total War 40K, right? We don't know exactly when it's going to be. We know it's going to be this year, but we're not sure when. So I'll treat it the same way then. So then that means even further, I can't think of anything in my head right now that we're supposed to be covering. I probably forgot something, and I'm going to be real, then I'll probably find it and go, oh, that I'm supposed to be, like, doing this month, that I was supposed to have done, that I forgot somehow, probably because of how stressful the end of the year was. But hey, we're here now. Sometimes my brain works, and this is my best reference to Mark, how Mark's brain works, how sometimes he just kind of goes with the flow because it's just the organization goes right out the window once he gets into doing stuff. I feel him on that. Because sometimes you get going so fast that you forget everything you originally planned. Oops. It's kind of how Uma ended up, because I did so much stuff and planned out so much, I kind of forgot what my original plan was. So, but anyways, let's go do a couple we'll do like 1 or 2 matches, good or bad, and then we'll probably have to save the rest for tomorrow. Because I am pushing Uma back by a day, just because I want to do more War Thunder, and I'm kind of really into War Thunder right now, so I want to scratch that War Thunder itch. The snail is eating me again. It's like, ah! Did you see a snail carrying me away slowly? Not even fast. The snail is slowly carrying me away again. I made a new colony, and James is a 1,000-sun sorcerer who routinely inflicts madness on people. Bruh. Bruh. This is why I like RimWorld. That might be my splurge. If I have any leftover splurge money for February, maybe we add that to the docket, because I really want to play RimWorld. I want to play it on PC, though. We will get that one on PC, because I want all the access to all the goodness. I want to make something absolutely dumb. We'll find out what that is. I'll let my heart speak to me once that time comes. But you're reporting me to my own squad, Tim? Nah, they be the elite squad, silly, not the lazy captain shooting squad. Those the guys dressed in the Gator power armor. No? I had to. I'm sorry. After seeing how it's, I don't know if Tam King, you probably didn't get to see our vlog the other day, but we looked up technology in Florida versus where I live. Georgia's still on top by some. But man, Florida's turning into a little mini Tony Stark state. They got robot dogs with police that aren't happening at all here. I mean, maybe in downtown Charlotte, and even then, maybe one? And I'm looking at Florida and Georgia like, oh, we have them routinely guarding prisons. Which I did see that a while back. Robots guarding a prison's a fantastic idea. It's all that Disney money. Somehow Georgia's still better, though. They still have the better robotics. Georgia has it everywhere. Georgia even has bioorganic research robots, like soft robotics is what it's called, which is prosthetics and robot arms and things that, like, it's ironic. Now I know why I'm drawn so much to my home state. It's because what I need and what I'm trying to achieve goal-wise is at the heart of it. And I ran from that bitch. If I had a time machine, if I was Doc Brown, I'd go back and kick my own ass. Several times, for several different reasons. Oh, man. Let's see, I'm rich. Looks around my room with hole in the roof, dude. Yeah, but you don't work for Disney. Silly? He isn't talking about you, Silly. He's talking about us average people that versus Floridian Floridian mice. Although once again, apparently the Georgia peach apparently makes just as much money somehow. I think I know where it's coming from, but it's basically Disney money. Not Disney itself, but it's the same level of Disney money. Because I looked up some research on some things and found out who they're connected to and went, Oh. I've got to go back to Georgia at some point. Georgia's guaranteed in my history. It's definitely written in my fate. It's written in my blood. Actually, technically, ironically. Tim King, would it be a good idea to make Ardnot the colony doctor to get him? I mean, you could make. I'm not against being the colony doctor. You will keep me from stealing mechs, but you'll just entice a different part of my brain. Yeah, I'm fine with that. No, don't give me guard duty. That's what I had last time. Boring. You're right, that's boring. Now make me the doctor. I'll heal everyone's wounds. You can guarantee that. This is a huge disclaimer that just pops up and says doesn't. It's like what you're asking. It's like it says 100% guarantee included. However, we are not telling you or guaranteeing how the wound will be healed. Yeah, I'm only assigning Sealy to you. Turn everybody in the base into Xenos. What you mean? Nah, what? Nah, I didn't say anything. Not at all. Doctor, what was that? Nothing. But anyways, all right, let's do some matches. Let's do a couple matches, and we'll save the rest for tomorrow. It's crazy. It's been a crazy episode, and that's fine. You can assign Sealy to me. Assign James to me too, just in case. You never know. You might need someone to help with James, because he's probably just as likely to bone you in a different way. I mean, to be fair, think about this. Even though you only assign me, think about what happens if James casts madness on me. Oh, what that's gonna create. My sane side of me is already slightly crazy. Just saying. Ooh, this is gonna be a nasty one. I don't think I've ever played this map. I'm gonna go on this side. I feel like as an Abrams, I'd rather not go into that hill. Just my brain's saying nah. I'm gonna say 14 so we can get it down to a little bit lesser rounds in the tank. Even less chance. I like how I'm going with these guys. I am not going down that road. Maybe I don't want to do it. Maybe I want to stay kind of in the middle down here and not go high up on the hill. Seems like a problem. But that's exactly why I'm not doing that. 100%, hold on. I'm gonna stay right here for a second, because I know we're gonna get some, the same thing happening on their end. Oh, see that? Hold on. He's not high enough for me to take the safe shot yet, though. See, he's going around behind him. There's not much I can do about that. Those two at the top need to be paying attention. I don't see anybody from here. We're gonna have to pull up. Make sure I can't see him. On that side. Yeah. Although I've got a building in this way, man, so it's not bad, I guess. Wait. That's the house. See, he's not getting shot, so I'm gonna move. Where's B at? B's on the other side. See. My brain tells me that it's just not a good idea to move out. Yeah, see what he's having to do? Hold on. Hold on. I need to use my naked eye with binoculars for a second. He needs to back off. He's way too close. There's no one out there. Hold on. I'm gonna reposition over here. There's no one up here. No. Okay. Yeah, you see what's happening? Shit, I don't have clearance.
The enemy's getting closer to victory.
Yeah, see now they're pushing all the way in the A. They're gonna come up behind me. I'm gonna have to get on the side of the building. Oh, that's clearly somebody. There's a bunch of enemies over there. I think we're gonna have to push up and go left. Oh. I think we killed him. I think he's dead. I'm gonna push towards A. Wait, I hear an engine, but that might be my ally. There's no one there. My ally's under attack. Oh, that's an ally. Can I help him repair? That stupid idea what I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of taking a peek. He did get back, so they're clearly not right there. This would be a good spot to watch. Hold on. Now I can just back up. Take a peek over here if people start to die. Pull up. Oh, that was from the front. Back off. I wasn't paying attention. See? I should have been keeping my instincts. Well, good start. Well, that was a lucky shot, to be fair. Holy crap. That DB got a pretty good hit off on my turret. Oh! I don't know if we'll make it. We're gonna try to do something stupid. Alright, well. Oh, but it's stock. It doesn't have it. Never mind. I can't do that yet. One day. I was about to run all the way up there, dig into the ground, and snipe from the hill, and let them try to kill me. Yeah, see, now we're starting to have people, it looks like. Oh, this thing don't even have night vision. Oh, good to know. Alright, so this is pure brawling at this point. clearly trying to take A. Like how there's an M22 running into A. Just saying. Wait, whoa. What? What's happening? Backing off because I'm getting I got really spooked right there. Oh, there he is. Oh, you got him. There's something in there. I'm gonna keep watching since he's pushing. Got him, critical hit. Aim here. I'm gonna blind fire it. There we go. Oh, he's being attacked. Push in to help him. Oh, okay. There's a tank really right there. No! Damn it. Aim lower right there. Got him. Damn it. I didn't realize that's what he meant. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I hear a chopper. He just got killed. Yep, challenge is dead. I'm gonna try to recap. Problem is there's people over there, it looks like. Fuck! That was bad! Shit! I'm definitely dead. I should have aimed lower. I should aim further forward and lower or further back. We're definitely gonna die. Come on, at least neutral. Oh, someone killed him. Yes! I was a good distraction. Alright, well now we just wait for repairs. Holy crap, we got ripped apart. Oh, I hear a tank coming behind me, that's not good. I'm gonna go ahead and... I capture the zone. I'm gonna make good money though. Starting. Oh no. I thought I was repairing. No. We're gonna die. Oh shit. Come on. Oh, the gun can't rotate. Okay. I'm very dead. I hear engines on both sides of me. Oh, never mind. That's mine. I need to turn this way because there's someone this way.
Gun in action. Thank you.
Where'd that dude go? Oh, shit. I need to go help him. Oh, never mind, back off. He's backing up. He's backing up. I'll sit right here. Where he can back up and pull up and I can watch this way. Turn my tank. Oh, like that. Yeah, see, they're going behind us. Watch. Is he gonna actually try to go behind me? Is that what the light is trying to do? That was a fast little moving light. And it had a pretty big cannon, so I'm a little concerned they can see me through that gap though. The 2S is still alive. How did it not? I may have to try to go get B. Shit, yeah, they're trying to get B. I've got to try to go get B. Oh no, team's got C. Never mind. Whoa. Who's that? Oh, that's the 2S doing that. Oh! Whoa! Wow, great A. I finally died. I should have checked over there. I didn't think about that. You can see from over there. Ow. Oh, there's two of them over there. Good to know. Let's see if the XM1 can get a freebie.
Another zone captured. We have the advantage.
Because those are very light vehicles. They're not that heavily armored compared to the rest. Let's see if I can get a little bit of does it have night vision? It does. At least my XM1 has night vision. See, he's shooting at something. See if I can ambush it. Ah, too late. Damn. Strav 122 plus. Never shoot those fruiters in the side of the turret with heat. I wasn't using heat. It just didn't pin it for some reason. I think I hit a hollow spot is what happened. Because I'm not using heat. That's why I think I hit a hollow end, like a hollow zone inside the tank. I'm pretty sure I did. But that was my fault. I should have known better if being a Leopard pilot. If I would have shot several inches further back, I'd have hit his ammo and killed him. That's because I'm not used to fighting myself. Or something like myself. I'm used to the Russians. I know how to fight all the Russians. I've gotten used to I've fought them so many times. I'm used to what they're like. But, and Abrams or Leopard. But fighting other Leopards from other countries or Leopards in general just throws me off because I'm like, how do I kill him? It sounds terrible saying it like this, but I mean this in a joking sense. Like, how do I kill me again? You did that with the stock. I know I did. I think it's sometimes just bad luck with my HC, with Kate, where she just gets. I'm getting better, is what it is. It's as I play more, my instincts are starting to learn and remember, and also learn new things. Because even when I used to play, I was mostly World War II. The rules of engagement for that ranking is different, and it's a little easier to play around with what's called poking shots, where you poke out and you shoot. Where I've noticed in this game, you need to teach your brain not to do that as much, and to worry more about, like, where is the hollow point in your tank? That's where the peeking has to be done. Or you need to force them to come to you almost. Because to a certain extent, peeking is going to get you killed because you're going to have to go first. This works even in World War II, that peeking can get you killed, but you also got better armor deformation between all the different bullets and tanks, that it's not a guaranteed death when you get shot, right? So, depending on where they hit you and what hits you. Whereas in this mode, it's, yeah, I mean, depending if they know their tank, they're gonna know where to slice you. So, it becomes less about peeking and more about maneuverability and backing off entirely if you fuck up the shot in general. Like, what I should have done with that leopard, which I did partially do, but there wasn't much cover to get behind except for the dead tanks, is the moment I missed, I realized, shit, pull forward. Because he's now going to retaliate. He knows you're there now. Which he did, and because I didn't have quite enough cover, he just slowly bopped me down. Now, I got repaired and saved. So it did save me. The strat still works. Here's another thing I've noticed too with the difference. So with World War II, you want to peek like this. Like, you want to peek around corners like this with World War II. But I'm now learning that's real stupid in a modern tank. Because let me show you something in X-ray. There's nothing here. So what you should be doing, and you noticed I was doing it at the end, you need to now be peeking by flattening yourself out. The only thing that you should go no further than having an angle like this, kind of like this, where they have way less shot value on you by the time your turret rotates to this direction. I wish it would let me rotate the turret right now to show you, but I am now noticing the difference in how peak fighting or brawling works in modern versus older. That's partially why I think I lived. I lived because I poke shot him with my ass sticking out, which is only engine and stuff back here, and then I pulled up behind the body where he could only hit me in the dead zones. He was doing damage to the crew and shrapneling me a little bit, but he would have had to shoot me so many more times to kill me before my ally finally dopped him. So, and in that own aspect, in that worst case scenario, it still saved me. So I am now realizing that brawling is a little different. And I'm noticing everyone else doesn't totally know this either. Most people are still doing this. Where you see this poking around the building, that's death. That's guaranteed death. Whereas if you're just poking this around the building, they will pin you, but they might not kill anything to stop you from killing them. They now have to throat shot me to guarantee my death at that point, with whatever part of the turret they can see under. Also, I'm starting to really vibe with modern more. I always knew I would, but a ghost face peak, basically. You see, you had heat rounds in and not APD. What? Oh, right. Right, because it's stock. I'm an idiot. You're right, Farseer, because that was the stock HC, not my HC. You're right. If that had been Kate, I'd have killed him. Oh, yeah. Right. That's why it didn't work. So I was right. I just didn't have the right. Because I was dumb and forget. That's a stock HC. You don't have your Fin Sabo round right now. You're not gonna go through the turret and out the other side like you should. Ah, I wish that had been Kate. If I had done that good with Kate, I'm starting to learn how to do that with her now. But if I had done that good with Kate, I'd have killed him. I probably would have been not died that whole round if that had been Kate. Survived that whole incident. I'd have lived the whole round in one tank and made so much. So you know what I should have thrown at him. I forgot I had heat. I should have thrown at him. I'd have killed him if I had done that. Let's see, which made it more impressive. You got more kills with heat. I mean, that's true. I didn't even think about that. I was dopping people with heat. What? Well, you know what? That proves what I said, though. It's because people, I think, still, even to this day, don't fully understand modern battle tank tactics. And you know what I'm going to equate this to? And why I'm getting so quickly used to it? I keep coming back to this game. Thank goodness I played my N64. Because even though it's more arcadey, Battletanks Global Assault kind of teaches you that a little bit on how speed, maneuverability, and more like what's called flat fighting is what I would call it, which is what this is. Like where you're barely showing your front panel at all. You've got mostly your side panel. Because unlike older tanks, side panels are no longer as detrimental. Now, if they shoot me here, obviously. But this is why I don't overdo ammo. The reason why I never fully load a certain amount of ammo, that means this is empty. So realistically, I now know something the Abrams really has to its advantage. Realistically, the only thing they can truly kill me with is crew right here. From here, from the bottom at least, from here all the way to here is empty space, except for the crew. The crew, I'm not being blind to the fact they're standing here. So they have to hit me here. But hitting me here means I can hit you guaranteed. See how that works? But now if you were in now let's look at the M4A3. Let's look at that difference. You see the difference there? This is why you don't side fight in an old tank. In an old tank, you're supposed to do this. You're supposed to have it like a kind of what's called a sharp angle, and have the edge of your triangle of your shape pointing at the screen almost, kind of like this. This creates a degree angle on both sides that can bounce the rounds, because the rounds in the older day can do that more. However, modern, if this was where the ammo was for modern, this means paneling would be not even useful. Plus, as you can see, the driver and all that's protected in the other one by a fuel tank. So it might kill my driver, but it also might just stop in the fuel tank. So if they go for driver. And even if they kill my driver, once again, this doesn't keep me from killing you. So I just learned something dastardly in that last round. Like something absolutely dastardly. But that was a good round. I'm almost tempted we should just end it there. We only did one match, and I'm aware of this, and I'm kind of feel bad for that. But what do y'all think, chat? Since we're gonna do another episode tomorrow, end it on the perfect stock heat bashing round somehow I've ever done in a while, especially in modern. Or do we try to do one more, just for the lulz? Also, time to criticize Gaijin. If they want to be realistic for modern, where's the wet ammo storage on most Shermans? That's true too. You are correct. Do they even have that modification? I can't even remember. I haven't maxed you out. You don't even have it as a modification, at least not on that version. Let's look at what's the last Sherman in the route right here. It's the 76W, right? The A3. I mean, there's an AE 276. But let's look at the. Realistically, I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, Farseer. But shouldn't the A3 have that? In theory, which it doesn't. I mean, unless it's just calculated into the game, perhaps. That'd be the only excuse I'd have for that, is that it's pre-calculated into the game's mechanics and programming. That's why it technically doesn't have a mod for it, but it does seem a little weird. What about the M4T26? I forget that was a thing. It's like the strongest apex of all Abrams, of all Shermans. What about you? Even you don't get that, or at least not in mods. Once again, it could be represented inside the mechanics, but I don't think it is, though. I'm pretty sure I've been killed so many times by ammo racks that should be prevented by that mod, or that kind of, be prevented by that attachment in real life pretty hard. Well, I'm not sure. Check out the Sherman pack. Check out the Sherman pack? Okay, hold on. Sherman Hell pack? Is that the one you're talking about? Is there another one? Make sure there's not another one. Should be the Sherman Hell pack, right? So the Sherman Hell. Let's look at this. Does this have it? Has camouflage netting. Still no wet ammunition, though. And this definitely should have it. But that's just Gaijin. We already know that, to be fair. Does the Hellcat even get it? Probably not, I bet. Nope. Oh, look at the X-ray? Oh, it must be pre-programmed in it. Okay, hold on. Then that means we need to do that for the other one. So since we know this one has it, let's look at the X-ray for this. But it doesn't, I mean, it's not reflecting it just by looking at it. How do we know it does? How do we know that that's what this is? Like, in theory it should be, but it's how do we know that the container and things that this is in is using wet ammo? Is it on the round? Does it say it in the round? Like the M62? It doesn't. Does the camo net add that in? So, I mean, if it is, it's not showing it as like a tag. I mean, I think that's what this would be, right? The small one? I can't remember what they look like physically to as easily to recognize if this is truly representing this. I think you just have to know by getting shot. I think the only way you're going to know truly if it's using it or not, and actually has the proper wet ammo storage, is if you got shot in the ammo rack and it did an ammo rack. That would at least tell you, okay, it saved you and it does have something like that. It's the side angling rounds. Okay, so then, yeah, so if it's the side angling ones, then this one does not have that, does it? No, it doesn't. So, they're pretty much straight up and down. I mean, they're kind of angled, but not enough to matter. And there's a buttload of them, like I said. Not that I'd carry that much ammo. That's how I get around those kinds of issues and make it where there's more space for the bullet to pass in between and not destroy the tank. But yeah, it doesn't have it. Does the Oh, nope. Oh, no, okay. This one has it, it looks like. If that's what I think it is, because they won't, normal slots won't have that kind of angle to them. And there won't be too many of these either. So this might have it. This one might have it, or at least in theory. I don't have it to test that, but I just wish they made it a mod so you'd know you have it. Because that tells a lot to the player's brain and how they feel comfortably in their tank. It may not seem like a lot, but your brain does a lot to you during combat when you're thinking about all the parts running around in your tank and what you're trying to preserve and what you're not, depending on where you've been hit, the damage you've incurred, the enemy you left, the less information needed to have to keep thinking about, the more better the player is going to be, or the more fun and more better the player is going to be in general. So they add them. So it definitely is. They must have it now. Maybe that's why the Shermans do better now, and they're not as bad as they used to be. Because they did used to be just balls of fire on tracks. Like, you know how quickly I used to kill Shermans even with just a normal Panzer back in the day? I know Panzers are no joke, but it's like, bruh, just tapping them lightly and they turn into a flaming ball of nuclear fire if they had nukes in them. See, they were basically matchsticks. And it's like, so maybe they fixed that. So maybe they added that in and fixed that. See, those are the types of things you do want to add for realism. Because that benefits the tank gameplay-wise, too. It's not just trying to be real, right? Like we were talking about earlier. See, that kind of addition not only bears realism, but it also helps with gameplay for that tank. So, ergo, that makes sense. Well, that got added. So. But, although if you're in Abrams, you never have to worry about that too much. Because once again, this is just nightmare fuel. This enclosed compartment ammo thing is the best thing that Abrams ever came up with, man. It's so hard to get to those things and blow them up. This is why I don't carry enough for this one to even be here. So. Plus, I think even in that enclosed compartment, they have things that are keeping the ammo under certain conditions, so it makes it less likely they're going to explode. Oh, also the type of round you have matters too. I don't think Finn Sabos can explode as easily. I'm pretty sure they can't, but don't quote me on that, or if they can, it's very, very minimal, and it's more going to be like a small shrapnel explosion rather than an actual explosion, which means it doesn't have heat to it. It's more just shit flying everywhere. And I'm like, so. Which, once again, yeah, they can't explode. I thought so. So, once again, you couple Sabo round type ammo that doesn't explode. You have an encased compartment. So, if something does happen to somehow destroy the Sabo and make it scatter into a bunch of directions, the compartment still protects the crew and the rest of the tank. So, once again, like I said, Abrams are just a whole nother level of beastly tank, man. When America finally made this thing, or probably not on our own, but when it was finally truly made, I don't know enough about the Abrams on how much was all America, and how much, maybe we had help from, like, other allies and things like that. So, but if I'm not mistaken, we had help from Germany to a certain extent. Having to do with research and things we got from them, from their tanks, which is what made us build this, if I'm not mistaken. And that's why I think this thing is so scary. If you think about the Abrams itself's culture, and where it probably stems from originally, and how the Leopard looks too, if you look at the Leopard and all that too, part of me thinks that the reason why the Abrams is such a beastly beast is it's because two of the best tank-making factions on the planet made a tank together. Just saying. Don't they have to blow out panels and save the crew if the ammo goes off? It depends on the ammo. Once again, that's heat. If heat goes off, you still gotta evacuate. You still have to blow it out, and you still either have to leave the tank, which is still not really a great idea, or do what's called an emergency compartment explosion kind of thing. Basically blowing out the hatch on the back of the tank. This only blows out the ammo and some of the things on the back, but that's better than the people inside. So, but that's only going to occur most of the time if the tank is carrying enough heat to truly cause a bad reaction in the back of the turret. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot that's... It's funny, they'll play real... And this is why I think Gaijin just needs to stop splitting hairs and needs to kind of stop using, oh, we're going for realism. Yet you don't have realism in other places. It's like I said, you need to pick a side of the road. I'm not against them either or. Whatever choice they want to make for their game is their game. But don't teeter-totter. Like, don't do, I'm on this road. Now I'm on this road. Now I'm on this road. Oh, we're realistic. Oh, it's not realistic. Oh, we're realistic. That's where at the end of the day it's like, eh. It's like, pick a side. Don't fence it, as they say. Because that kind of bugs me. That they don't like, they was like, oh, if the heat rounds explode, it needs to kill the tank. There should be a certain percentage that's true with modern, because it's not always the case. Once again, the way we make our bullets today, the way the compartment is designed on the Abrams, the likelihood of this happening are very fucking small. Like, once again, you're not shooting at an Abrams back here anyways. This is not where you're going to kill it anyways. Where you're going to kill it is here. And so, because this is going to kill the crew, and that's what matters, sadly, and whether in game or real life, sadly, as harsh as that sounds. So, yeah, right there's your money bang, right there, your money bags. Whereas back here, that's just going to get you killed. Like, you can do this to a leopard, even though leopards technically should have this too, like Farseer said, and they did nerf that, but not as good as the Abrams, but it is a lesser version of it. Once again, this is why I think they're both kind of the same tank. Just different. But, and then video game wise, the fact that I don't carry hardly but, 8 heats? I forget how many I have. I think I only have 8 heat rounds in this entire tank. So that means out of 27 rounds, only 8 of them are heat. The rest are Sabo. Because the heat's really just there if I want to bop. Now that I know how to use it against certain Russian tanks better, like in that last match with the default HC stock round that we were using for the heat, I really just use them against fast movers to guarantee I'm blowing up the entire vehicle. Because they don't have enough armor to matter. So if you hit them with the heat, you're basically hull breaking them, is what it's called. So that's what I use that for. So, see, Leopard blowout panels work the same, but the Gaijin Leopard blowout panels don't exist, yeah. That's sad. But like I said, it's weird. It's like they try to sit on both sides of the road sometimes. Oh, we're realistic. Oh, no, that's not so realistic. Choose a side. But anyways, I think we're gonna, what do y'all think, chat? Last vote, what do you think? Do one more match for the fun of it in the lulz, or wrap it up here and do the bigger episode tomorrow when I get back from church? Where we can actually do more gameplay. Because I spent half this day getting the controls right. And perfect. Like ATS level perfect. That's why also I think I did better. all the buttons are instinctually in places I want them now, for the way I play my tank. So, Farseer's votes. Tam King says one more. One more. And if this one's not as good, it's fine. If it ends in 10 seconds, so be it. Because we don't always have to end on a positive match. Sometimes it's unpredictable and you can't do that. And I've never been on this map. Okay. Crimines, this is going to be a shootout of all... I mean, damned if you do, damned if you don't with this one. So I'm going to go right here. Part of me is like, you know what? We're going to scout first. Because this has a lesser round in it. And I somewhat can use heat and know what it works like. We're going to go the M1A1. Before I pull out the HC. I want to let Kate have a chance to do what that last match did. And this first initial one's going to be probably a turkey shoot. Yeah, oh, wait, why does the M1A1 not have... I'll have to go find it and change its cursor. I could have sworn I gave it the, maybe it doesn't work on random. Maybe randoms don't get to have the custom crosshairs. That's probably it, to be fair. We don't have night vision anyways, we're stock. Oh, I should be watching that hill. They're going up there. I'm gonna actually dip off. I'm gonna go this way to this side. We're gonna go in between these two squads. Before I go over, I'm gonna use my binoculars so I can see over the hill. Oh, whoa. Hold up. What? That's why I don't want to pull up, because there's a ridge they can sit on too. I think he's dead. Oh. Hold up. Let's range find that now before I pull up. So 750, so we want 750. Yes, he. Well, I blew up his barrel. Didn't exactly. Well, he ran. Back off. Binoculars. You see what I'm doing? If that had been a Sabo, I think I'd have killed him. Our team ain't doing too good, though. I may have to go up into the ridge now. Wait, what? Uh-oh. Something tells me I should have went with that squad. They're dying now. Alright, I'm going to reposition and let this squad watch this. I'm going back down the hill. Come on. The stock is so slow. I'm going back down the hill. We're going around to see if we can get A. We've got to go up on the far side now, where the other guys went. Also, I'm keeping an eye on this bridge right here. I'm a little concerned crossing this, but... he got him. It's a T-80U. He's in danger. Come up and help him. It's time for the Abrams armored push. Let me help him repair. Wait, he's not repairing. Initiate repairs, bro. I'll sit here and watch. Okay, he wanted to do it on his own. Alright. We need to push up. Oh, wait. Right there, apparently. Alright, we need to push together is what we need to do. Alright, let's push. Together we go. Oh, he's popping, he's popping. He knows we're coming. Can't see him yet. He's trying to shoot at my A2. Oh, he's dead. Okay, you got him. I wasn't taking any chances. I'm following this A2. We're going to A2. Oh. Damn it. Whoa, that's not good. I got a crit hit on that one. Oh shoot, we got a Vilkas behind us. It might actually go up on that hill, hold on. Alright, they got him. I'm a little worried about the Vilkas behind us, wherever it is now though. That's a rock self. Alright, M1A2's got it covered. I'm going for A. I'm going for A. Oh, I don't like that. Did they kill him? They killed him. Okay. At least I think. I'm hearing shots and I don't like that. I don't know what's shooting at what. I hope that's not meant for me, whatever that is. Oh, I think they're dropping artillery on me is what they're doing. Oh, I should have been paying attention. Tank Type 90. I saw that Japanese tank in the last second. He actually did just crew kill me. He actually did what I said you could do if you hit the right area. Damn. He died for it though, but that's alright. That was the scout. That's not the right tank. That was the scout. Let's get in there. Let's get in there. Now I have sabos. You forgot the enemy you shot. Oh, that's an ally. I was about to aim out there at whatever that was. Okay. But yeah. Well, no, the enemy I shot died. They killed him. But the Type 90, that came from the their spawn point. I was looking that way, but I kept looking behind me because I was worried that the one that snuck around us was going to kill me. When I should have just been watching my direction. It's something else you have to learn about modern. You can't be second guessing yourself. You just don't have time. Uh-oh. That's probably... I was close! I almost got that! I almost battlefield that, bro! Don't fly over my Abrams like that. Not that close to the ground, I'm gonna try to deck you to do that. Ah, slow down, Chip. So now I'm gonna be even more annoyed. Yeah, that's why I did that. Shit. He's got me on fire. Wait, what? No, another Type 90! What is my team doing? Was that beside me? It was. What is my team doing? What's the point in Overwatch if no one knows what to Overwatch? I'm telling you, Kate keeps getting really BS, man. I'm doing a backup. That was on my team on that one. I was 100% on my team on that one. But I got A, that's all that matters. Bruh. I had that guy on the hill distracted. I knew he couldn't kill me, but that Tag 90 rolled up on me. And there's someone right there. See that character right there, Dad? That should have seen that. Going back to the hill, might as well at this point since A is ours. C's the only one that's still not captured. Yeah, there's tanks hiding behind these ridges. Hold on, can I... How tall is this rock? I don't think this rock is tall enough, but I'm gonna try. Maybe, actually, I don't know. Right there, perfect. So if they come through there, I can see them too. I'm trying to just look for movement. Problem is, I'm a sitting duck, so they don't have to. They can just scope me out if they're sitting still. I don't see anything else anywhere else though so far. Wait a minute. There's my W. Oh, my WZ is under attack, but I can't see what's shooting at him. Is that it? No. They've got C. I guess my only thing is, like, I'm surprised they're not trying to swap around behind us, like back here. Like, I see no tanks out in the open ridge. Maybe there was one right there trying to? Yeah, it's dead. Yeah, we won. This is a calm one. Our team did really well. Just take a shot. Almost want to get shot at, just see where anybody's at. Learn what the spots are on this map.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Over there. Oh, I saw that.
Our victory is near.
Whatever it is, I can't see it. Oh, my WC died. Hold on. Get back to our position. We might be seeing people come this way as the last minute ditch effort.
Attention to the designated grid square. Attention to the designated grid zone.
Oh, look what it was. The sniper of all snipers. Where were you hiding? Oh, it's not going to show me, is it? Damn it. Ah. See, that's what I was looking for, was that. Because I know that's what's most likely going to be doing that, because I used to do that. Damn it. Just getting unlucky with Kate, man. Kate just isn't having a good day. Alright, next we need to work on... Actually, I might as well order this. Order and select crew later. That allows me to finally start research on the M42. It's getting there. I just realized there are leopards on the enemy team. What if I'm hemming to them? Found them. They all got bopped early because they probably didn't cover themselves enough in their sniper position. The one that killed me was smarter. Whoever he was, he had a good cover where he could see out, but not really be seen easily. But good. Alright. I saw a 287 on the death feed. It said what killed us was a 2K, though. It said Leopard 2K was what killed us. Which is actually pretty good for him, because you know how high he just hit? Like, 2K is a 9, isn't it? Or is that a 10? It's a 10. So this is what killed us. He just got a huge payday with that. Because, man, if you can kill an A1 with this, I'm pretty sure the round isn't even that good. Let me see. What's the highest? D23. 407. That ain't shabby. That's why he was still able. See, even that still gets more friendliness this low level than the other thing does. But, yeah, so that's probably what he hit me with, was that right there. But still, that got him a good payday, because that's going to be rank don't matter, I think, almost. Because that's a 2 whole different battle rating. Like, I'm 12.0, he's a 10. So that was a good payday. Oh, earlier in the match? Oh, I could have sworn I was only ever killed by 2 A4s and 2Ks. I never saw any 2A7s that I remember. Or are you talking about the first time when I decked that side panel and almost killed it? I don't know. I don't remember seeing no 2A7s in that one, but maybe I just blanked out. Was that what killed me? First shot was a 2A4 that killed me though, or a Type 90. No, I got killed by a Type 90 in that round. Someone else must have killed one. But it does mean I could have seen a 2A7 if someone else hadn't killed it. I was looking at what your teammate, oh, okay, that's what I figured you meant. I was like, she must mean that one of my teammates killed one earlier in that match. My bad. So I was like, wait a minute, I don't remember dying to no 2A7, at least not this time. I almost died to basically a 2A7 in the when we were in that city map. Almost. I think it was a straw version, but still, almost. This makes me want to go do my Germans, but I kind of want to have a 12.0 for my Germans now, and I know what that means for my brain. I know what it means I want. But I don't know if I'll have enough at the end of the month for that. Probably not. So that'll probably have to wait till March, even though I would love to do both sides now. Like, I would love to now switch and do the Elsa version. It's not a 2A7. It's 2A5, 2A6. Is that her? 2A4. Okay, that's a 2A4, but it is basically a 2A5. That's a heavily modified 2A4. So, like a heavily modified 2A4. But I would like to have this, just to have some sort of punching power along with my two 9.3s. This will end up making my Germans have more premiums again. But, you know. And at some point, I've thought about it, because it has the third one in the pack. Even though they're way further behind, I have thought about revisiting the bear at some point. Because I'm scattered in here. Like, I have 5.3 somewhere, 5.0 there, 4.7's there. Better than the Americans, I will say, at least overall, because at least all these vehicles are within range of each other. But man, and theirs is Gloria, or what is her name? Where is she? She's gonna be way down here. There she is. She's a T80U E1 Maria. This is the redhead, by the way, too, as far as the pilot is concerned. I do like that bear. Look at that little teddy bear. He's got extra bullets with him just in case. But yeah, okay. Because I bet you I could fast forward the absolute hell out of my Russians with Maria. I 100% know I could. If it's working for my Americans, it's gonna work for her, for them. So that means if I had her for the Russians, I could take them from their measly, where are they right now? 4.3? 5.0? 5.0. 5.3. 4.7 is the lowest, but I was working on the next 5.3. So I could actually have a 5.0 KV1, a 5.0 or 5.3? Yeah, 5.3 T3485, and then eventually the IS, but you know. What little do this see? Also, someone in a T90M dies to an M60 TTS. What title did they deserve? Titan Killer. That should be a title. That should be what it's called. Instead of rank don't matter, it should be called Titan killer. Because if you killed something that high up, with how little your round really penetrates, it means you either hit him several times and actually did manage to get it, or you got really lucky on the first shot, killed his main gunner where he cannot fight you now, and now you can kind of cheat him and kind of get close that distance on him and make sure your round is now as good as his. Because really, once again, it's a distance thing too. The shittier the round also determines how much pen it's going to get it versus what distance it has to before it hits the target. So I'm still going to say Titan killer though. That would be a hell of a thing. You also should get paid hella research and points for that and money. If you killed a T90 or anything up high like that with a the M60, hell, with I hate to hate on it a little bit, but even the M1, because of its rounds, since it's using the M60's rounds, even the M1 should probably have that title if it kills anything. Because it's like, bruh, the only difference there is the Abrams at least can get closer. The Abrams can at least have that maneuverability, to, unlike the M60, to get in there and box with the T90. So it does have a better chance at using that round better. But I still think that if you hit a T90 and kill that with that, you should still get some sort of like Titan killer title. Whoops. Drop my thing. That's alright. I gotta go check in anyways. It's 7:30. I gotta get off here anyways. We probably don't have time to do another one, sadly, at this point. At least not on camera. I'm gonna be playing the rest of the night, but I was talking about the T90M M7744 can kill it from the side. I mean, yeah, and the Russian heel, but anything can kill a Russian tank and the Russian heel. It's like the Achilles, literally. That's how I kill most of them. And anything can also die from the side. Well, except maybe an Abrams. I actually think Abrams might be slightly. You'd have to hit it once again here. You'd have to drop the bomb in the center, so that way it kills the entire crew of the tank. But technically anything can die from a side shot, so that's not saying too much. I mean, but I'm talking about, let's say you killed it from the front. You just knew where to aim. You know you don't have that good pen. You need the bullet to almost get trapped, so it'll force its way through. Because I know where I'd probably shoot as an M1 on a T90 if I had to fight a T90 with that. I'd only get one chance, probably. But I do know where, especially if it's starting to look at me, it's probably, what's sad is I think the best chance you're going to have to kill it from the front, if you were both just ran into each other all of a sudden, is you might have to shoot her right directly underneath the turret. And what I mean turret, not turret, the barrel. Because you might have to get in there where the neck is, where that's where it's going to be thinner. Plus there's not ERH, you're slowing it down and all this other BS. I mean, what title should the T90M should get for dying? That should be like, if there's a title, because do they do insulting titles in this game? I don't think they do. That would be what's called a negative title. It's a title to make. It's how Call of Duty used to do, where you could earn titles for being sucky, for like camping, right? Let's say you're a camper. There used to be titles for that, but that's what's called a negative title. It's basically a title or a provocative title. If they have those, then I guess you could say, you could just make it... I guess Get Good Scrub would be a good one. Because you probably would be pretty embarrassed to be killed by an M60 and a T90, I'm just saying. Or even by that round in general, before you can kill them. Because like I said, there's only a few spots that's going to work. So you should definitely, as the T90, be able to eat that thing like candy. Like, it should be able to shoot you, basically screw up the shot, gives you enough time to fully rotate your turret in a 360 degree and shoot it. The T90 should not be at a disadvantage there in any whatsoever fashion. So Yeah, it should definitely be as equal terrible title for how is good the title being Titan Killer. If the M60 pulls this off, the title should be equally as bad of a high level of a title for the bad side. Like I said, get good scrub or something like that. Get killed by something 3 ranks under you or something like that. Or 2 ranks under you. Because where would that be? I'm at 12.0 right now, right? Hold on. So it's 9.0. That is rank 6. We're in rank 7. Yeah, so a T90M would be rank 8, right? Yeah. So you would have gotten killed by something not even battle tier, battle rating. That's even more embarrassing when you look at that number, but not even just battle rating. That means you got killed by something essentially, literally 2 ranks ago. It's up here. It's in rank 6, where you're in an 8, and the highest 8 possible. Look at look at this thing. Let's actually take a quick gander at this before we end. This is my final little thing I want to look at, just to show how hilarious this would be if this managed to pull this off. So that would be first to change the rank to rank 6. We want US. We want the M683 TTS, and we want the M744. Yeah, so, alright, there's what I thought. Right there. That's how you kill it. But let me show you something bad about this situation. Yep. Hell, even the heal. Let's look at the heal. Even the heal's not a guarantee. Okay, now, right there, you might ammo rack it and still kill her and still... For some reason, the Russians just have an Achilles heel. But, don't ask. But, and I think it's the same on both sides, isn't it? It is. So, just never turn your... This is why, as a Russian, you fight like this, okay? Your bottom panel may have its problems, and even then, maybe even that can kill you, really. So really, I'm not sure what you're supposed to do as a Russian other than hold down. Because any tank operator smart enough to know how a Russian behaves, your death shots, if you're using proper ammo, are in this vicinity right here, somewhere. Or, once again, a nice little throat shot right here. But this is using Sabo. Do not use heat to do this. And then you'll probably do the same result. This is why they're kind of even Stevens with the Abrams in that way. But the Abrams at least can sit like this and have that to its advantage. Although this one's got it pretty good. But what's hold on. We'll look at that in a minute. What's in the X-ray right there though? But yeah. But imagine you're staring down this T90 with an M60 with that round. Your best hope at somehow surviving this is right here. And this is kind of what I thought when I was thinking about it. You need to hurt him where he can't hurt you. Because you are not going to one-shot this thing. It's just not happening. I mean, you might if you can hit here. It looks like the 744 can ammo rack it here. So you might want to just obey the same logic any other Abrams would use, if you were an Abrams, and shoot right here, if you can see it. If this is not exposed, then your only option is up here and underneath the barrel areas right here. Right here is the golden money zone. If you can shoot right above basically the aiming zone, or almost the driving, this basically the driver hatch, little what he looks out of. You can also shoot through this, if you're accurate enough. But basically, just to the right of that is your golden zone for this. This is your only chance to get a Titan Killer type thing. If this was a metal, this is where you have to shoot to get it. And sadly, the M1 has this problem too, because remember, the M1 has this same round and nothing bigger. It does not get the M900 like it should. You don't get that until you somehow have to go through the M1A1, which will have the actual A1 round, which is better than the M900. It's so annoying. It's like, why would I care about the IMP-1 when it's after the A1A1? I almost wonder if they just should have had it before the A1A1, and you had to research the, even though I don't think this is good, it would have made at least more sense that you had to research the IMP-1, which is the better version of the M1, that gets the M900, that has a better chance of fighting this thing when it gets fully up-tiered. Because remember, 10.7, I don't think it can see this, to be fair. And I know the M60 definitely won't see this. That's, luckily for its sake, this is not a thing. It'll fight a lower, lesser version of this, but it will not see this ever. But the Abrams, I don't know. Because I don't know the exact equivalent battle rating max that you can go, because I don't know if it's based on rank or battle rating. If it's based on rank, then the M1 can see this. And that means that this is detrimental to the M1. This thing would bop it like a candy store. And it's like a kid in a candy store. So it's like, M1 advantage is that it's faster. That's true. That is a good point. That is, once again, I did say that earlier too. The difference in the M1 that does help it is it's got way faster speed than an M60 would, so she can close the distance and make the round behave more appropriately. Basically taking it into a 500 round. And even then, this is at 500 meters, so you kind of do have to ambush her. So what would be... So how low does it have to go before it can front panel her? At all. Ooh, not really any. Yeah, you're just better off flanking her. Like, you really are. I mean, even now, wow. It's even having a hard time with that. I mean, even closing, that's 300 meters away. What about point blank? Like 100 meters, right in the shotgun face. Dog fighting. Basically, between tanks. Nah, same thing. This thing is just nasty to this thing's existence. I like I said, you're better off, I think, in this situation, no matter what you do, is doing this. Shoot here, get what you can get out of this shot, then do the M1 Speedy Gonzalez thing, roll up on her side and pop her here. On either side. Whichever's safer for you at that position, so you don't get killed by teammates from the enemy team for defending this T90. So, because that's other things you gotta take in consideration on Battlefield. There's who's watching the T90's back from further back in the line, possibly, if at all. But yeah, your best bet, hit her here, just on the, somewhere around here, just on the right side of the driver hat, or the driver scope, where the driver, or driver sight, where the driver sight can see, where the driver sees where he's going. Aim just slightly to the right of that, and kind of up towards the barrel. And you're guaranteed at least gunner and autoloader as some sort of damage, and cannon breach perhaps, in order to keep her from actually being able to fire her turret. This is all you want. This is what your goal is for shooting here. And then you kill her by going for another spot, by going around her, or trying to take another shot somewhere else. You could just try to take another shot at the neck and see if you can get the rest of it. But that's... The more shots you take, the more chances you have, like what happened to that leopard that got killed trying to kill me. It's chances that their teammate is going to see you and save this T90 from death and allow it to come back into the battle. So, I still think if you're able to rush her, rush her. Hit this and then rush the hell out of her and blow her up. That's the only way you're going to beat her in an M1. Now, the IMP1... The upgraded M1, it doesn't have to worry about that. It's got a better round, which actually, let's look at that. Which is... there you are. Because this gets the 900. See, still kind of the same thing, really, to be fair. T90s are just scary. That's why you need the A1 round, I think, to really deal with these guys in general, if you want to make it easier. But, okay, here's the difference. Do you see how much bigger that gap in the throat shot got? Look at that gap now. It's pretty large now. So now, yeah, just shooting her, once again, now you can just guarantee just shoot her twice. If you don't get her in the first shot, so hit her here or hit her here, and then shoot her again on the opposite side. Don't do the same side because you might hit a hollow spot from all the things that you've already blown up. So make sure, so let's say you shoot here, then shoot here. Then you will guarantee killing it. But that's with the IMP1. These are all just M1s. They're not A1s. They're not A2s. So, but yeah. So I'll give it that. At least it's not too far off of it. But the IMP1 has still got a better leeway here in survivability. It can even somewhat tack the top of this panel a little bit. You see that? Yeah, right there. See, now that's actually pretty scary. That it can hit right there. The other one cannot do that. Right beneath the driver hatch. Yeah, that's actually really good. That means aiming at the driver hatch is actually death. Okay, so that means the guaranteed kill is here for the IMP1. This is a one-shot. If you shoot this with your M900 and it lands square right here, this is going to kill it. So the IMP1 does at least have that to its advantage. It can one-tap a T90. Unlike, and once again, the M1 should be able to have this. Why does the M1 not have an M900? Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Crazy, crazy. But either way, scariest it'll see is the 11.7 T80, but the smart M1 player moving with his better Abram team can hurt you a lot more or even kill you. Yeah. See, like I said, the M1's a good assaulter, but I do think if she gets anything above her pay grade, she's still going to have a little bit of a harder time. I do think that, though, the difference there is I think that her weakness doesn't start, for her at least, because she's higher up, and she's got that Abrams armor and speed. I actually don't think her issue starts until 11. Like 11.3, actually not even 11. 11.0 is probably still well within her range. Maybe even 11.7 is when it really starts. That's when I think you're going to see the most issues start to develop. But then once again, then you have the IMP1. But here's why I think this is still going to be weird for me when I get to this point. This is what I think they did backwards. These need to be swapped. Even though I think some people get mad at me for saying that, because they don't want to deal with not having an A1 to have to fight some higher ups. I would imagine when you get up tiered in 11.3, you're fighting 12.3, so there's some scary things there. So, but I still think it's tomata. I mean, you're seeing 12.7 here, 12.3 here. So I still think these should be swapped. So that way the IMP1 it actually gets to it actually gets to get used. Because my opinion, with it being beneath this, why would you care? Why would you care? When you get in here, you start with this one. This is the one that gets researched first. The A1. That's better than this. So why would you care about that? I think that's almost as useless as the 120. Not quite. Not quite. The 120 definitely just has no usability, in my opinion, and point to it. But what? I don't know. That'll just bug me for the rest of this thing. For the rest of this, I see why people think America's tree line is a little weird. I do have to agree, as someone who is from here. That just doesn't make any sense. I get they don't know that and they wouldn't understand that as well because their company is from I think Russia originally, so it's not like they're grown up around Abrams. They grew up around all the T90s and the T80s, so they're gonna know more about those than the Abrams. But bruh, man, that is a dumb organization of that tech tree right there. Like, you're just not going to care about the eye. You're going to skip it. Because you only need one of those in that. I'm pretty sure with the way that works is I only need one of these. And then that unlocks research for the A2. So if A1 is the first one you can get, why would you even get this before this? And if this is required, I'll be even madder. Like, if it ends up turning out I have to research this to get the A2, that'll make me slightly even more upset. Because then it's like, you could have just flipped these and that would make it okay. Because then I'd been more okay with this up here and this down here. And that wouldn't have bothered me at all. But if this ends up holding me back, I'm going to be very mad. Because I'll already have something stronger than it, and I'll just be doing this just to get another tank that's stronger than even this one. So I hope that's not the case. I hope it's like the German one, and I can just skip this one entirely. As much as I hate to say it, I'm probably not going to get either of these hardly. I'm only going to get them just out of necessity, if it's required. Otherwise, I'm skipping them. There's really no point. Between Kate, the XM1, eventually the HC, the 120 at least has a good round, even though it's terribly small and stupid and slow. And it's like, I don't know, it's just, man. It's like, I'll have this to fill in the gap. But this one's getting skipped, and I'm just going A1. It's crazy. I actually think, you know what? Here's the argument even further. You know what they could have done? They could have removed this, and they could just put it in here. See now how this is just one tank. They could have just had this one have both the tanks in it. Have this one have the M1 and the IMPM or IPM1, and then this one just be the A1 by itself, next to the A1's AC, HC. Gaijin's great, but they also baffle me. That's the difference. That's why I'll never hate on the game. I like to give them tips in that. Not that they'll probably ever change that, but it's something small, but it just seems very strangely annoying for no reason. When it's a simple fix, too. Like, that's what things that I think that pet peeve me the most about game design, is when it's something simple like that. That's not like you're having to change anything hardly in the game. You're just literally swapping tanks around and on the tree. You're not even changing their battle rating. It still can be 11.3 because the M1's a 10. So it can just be in a folder with the M1 as the one beneath the M1. Anyways. And it's like, it would cost you maybe $20 to fix that. I'm trying to even think realistically how much money you'd have to pay to have someone fix that small ass. Oh my goodness. Everyone else out here is, this shows you how much I respect War Thunder, though. Everyone else out here wants them to change the armor ratings. They want them to change even though I do agree in some cases with the second one, they want them to change all of the ammo. They want them to they want them to basically do this, do that. I'm like, those are all stat-based. That's how Smite died. I want something that'll fix the issue, but the smallest impact possible, which literally would be what I just said about switching those two tanks. But hey, let's see, M62,000 aka 120S. I want to see what that piece of crud can do if it somehow in a million years catch a T90M off guard. I think it can kill it. I mean, it's got a better round. I mean, especially if it's on the side. I mean, it's like you said, realistically, it can kill it. It's just about not being seen. The weakness with that tank is it's too small. It's too slow for its size. It's carrying a 120, which is probably what's making it slow because the body's just not got a powerful enough engine or big enough body to house a big enough engine like the turbine engine of the A1 to make it fast or fast enough. Like, it's the same speed maxed out as this Abrams right here. And this Abrams is double its size and better armor. But the same gun. Better round on this one, but we know it can kill it. It's just a matter of, can you really outrun a T90? I mean, one last thing I want to show, I promise. I want to show the speed of the T90 and why Farseer kind of said what she said. This is why this is so BS. Yeah, see, that's 37 not upgraded. So that means upgraded it's 41. That means they're the same speed. Yet one's half the size. So see how big this T90 is. Look how big she is. That makes sense for 37 miles an hour, and then an upgraded engine probably makes it 40-something, 41, 42. So let's go to to the guest of the honor that Farseer is talking about, that has two names because they named it wrong. The 120S, the Mini Abrams, as I'm going to call it, or Tiny Tank. Look how tiny this thing is. This is like, it makes me want to turn into Will Smith from Men in Black, man. It says, I feel like I'm going to break this damn thing. It's like, which you will, because it can't survive shit. Look at that speed. Look at the difference. Note, even standard, the T90 is faster than this bitch. And it's bigger. Ah! Just screams at the tank. Why are you? What are you? Why you exist? And since it's only going to give, 42 horsepower? That means this is only... No, you know what? I take it back, the T90's faster. Because that with an upgrade, this is going to hit 32 miles an hour. The standard speed for the T90 is 37. Stock upgrade is 41. Yeah, good luck flanking a T90 with this thing. It's going to see you, run a circle around you, then shoot you. Bruh. You know you want a pink Barbie Sherman. How come Guardian Corps, as a group, doesn't play Minecraft as an event at least once? It's hard to do Minecraft, is why, Crispy, because you have to have a preset server, a paid-for server. It has to be hosted from the PC side. The console people can't join in. Only PC players in the Guardian Corps could join in. And then it would be the same on the other side of that spectrum, on the console. I could do it on console, but then PC people couldn't join in, and only console people could join in, so that's why. There is a Minecraft event that will happen on this channel somewhere down the line. Me and James had it planned, and it's still technically there, but it's just, with how often James has to work, and I can't afford to keep a server going every month, it's just not viable. Not yet. Eventually it'll happen. We'll do something. But that's sadly why Minecraft will never be fully an event level thing. Because it's too locked in its own ways on both versions. You got the console, Bedrock or whatever it's called version, and then you got the Java PC version. Now, once again, PC could download the Bedrock version and join in. But the issue with that is, we would just be playing base Minecraft. There are no real mods on the console side either, not really big ones. Not anything that makes Minecraft actually better, just cooler looking. Like, we could do texture mods and have different types of maps and all that, but at the end of the day, it'll always be just normal Minecraft and what's naturally in the game. So... Huh? Who? What are you talking about, Crispy? You say I saw on PSN something Invite people. I don't know what that is. Just give it the upgraded Abrams-like engine. It had IRL. Make it 11.0. Let it be a Booker with extra steps. I think that's true. 100%. You're probably right on that. That sounds actually pretty apt, Farseer. That's actually a pretty good solution as well. Even though, once again, it'd be cheaper just to remove the darn thing from the game. But, like I said, I now know what Darius meant by that. I thought maybe he was over kind of seeing it a little bit, but he's right. Like, that tank is just bloody proliferate at its finest. Let's see, I saw on PSN, Zuli didn't, but never mind. What do you mean? What are you talking about, Crispy? Is there a party going? I mean, I don't have a party right now. Going right now. I actually kind of forgot to put one up, to be fair. So that means that the entire chat heard the stream when we were in a lobby. Oops. At least I think. This game might have push to talk, so if it does, then they didn't hear anything. But it's 8:06. I gotta get off here. I gotta eat before it gets too late. I don't want to get in trouble, so kind of wanted to end at 7:45, 7:30, but I kind of kept going. I guess I can talk all day about War Thunder. So, but I agree with your solution you came up with, Farseer. That'd be one good solution as far as just changing the tank entirely to be something better. Because then it's just a tiny IMP-1, right? Yeah. That's just literally what it would be. It'd just be a literal mini Abrams at that point, like, at heart. It could get that nickname. Maybe that's what it should be called. But, see, I can invite PSN friends to my world. Yes, you can do that, but you can. They can only be PSN. And it'll only ever be default world. What I'm saying is, you asked why there's never been a Minecraft level event. It's because we can't get everyone into it. The only people who could join on console would be James and me. And of course you with hosting the world. Or me hosting the world. Like James and Tam King and me would be the only ones who could join in. And it's like that, and that's only like 5% of the 10% of the community as a whole. We're still missing Sealy, Farseer, Darius, and a few people on that one. That's why I didn't choose it to be the main event. It's mostly a PC kind of focus now at this point. Just because it's just too hard to do it on console and get everyone in. Now, technically, the irony, like I said, there is a way around it, but most people who play on PC don't play Bedrock. So, but otherwise, I would have done one ages ago, because Minecraft's good for that kind of thing. But I have a pretty diverse channel on both sides, so I have to include both. So it's a little bit different. I have to do things. But I'm down in the future if we ever decide to do a console Minecraft thing just for the fun of it. Like if Tam King ever wanted to get back into it, I'll help him get back into it and we can do something fun there. Just for a little survival mini series or something like that, or and then we could then Crispy could join in, and then James if he wanted to, just for old time's sake, and that'd be pretty cool. James probably wouldn't be there like I said, that often, because like I said, his work schedule keeps him ridiculously busy. So, plus I can't blame him. I mean, these days you have to make quite a lot of buck, or what do you call bacon? You gotta make a lot of bacon in order to kind of keep your head above water in today's time. Everything's so expensive these days. So, I don't blame him. More money, the easier he don't have to worry about certain things. Plus, something else that's, I'm not going to say, but it's between me and James. Something I know now. I know why he works so hard, and I don't blame him. So that's why you don't get to see him as often. But when he's available, he will always join when he can. Yeah, I forgot there's Java and Bedrock. Yeah, Bedrock's basically console, Java's PC. That's basically the simplest way I always use it. That's why I just say console and PC version. Because people, I mean, you know, but a lot of people out there forget that, oh, there's two different Minecrafts? Yes, there is. Sadly, shouldn't be in my opinion, but there is. But somehow there's a lot of 120s at 10.3, and majority of the time it's small maps. Well, at least it's small maps. That's good for them. We'll definitely have it at some point. I'm picking up the pace. You see how quickly we're picking up tanks? I have the entire Sherman line almost already set. I didn't mean to do that. Like, I'm just doing this in the background now with Kate. Kate's just earning us all the tank bacon. We're getting that good tank. But all right, chat. Big shout out to Urban Mech Farseer and Sir Seeley, my moderators as always, and massive shout out to Tam King and Crispy Bacon for joining in, and of course, always massive shout out to James, the Mad Lad James himself, for joining in on streams and coming in and joining everything. And as always, as most people don't realize, that one of the second hands or second commanders of the Guardian Corps, Tam King is as well. But the Mad Lad got his own fights he has to fight. He also has to keep Seeley in line. But anyways, or the rare oddball at 11.3 who hide behind the corpses of other tanks. Well, I mean, that's smart. Why would you not do that? I mean, you should be doing that in the tiny tank. That's its best thing, is its turret. It's got 230 millimeters of armor on that turret. That's better than this turret. Really, to be fair, if you're going to hold down at any time and hide behind all your dead allies or enemies, you definitely want to do it in the 120. Because that'll at least give you a fighting chance to actually get some good shots off and get a decent amount of kills before you get absolutely wrecked. That's the only way, by the way, if I ever had to fight a T-90 with that thing, that's the only way I'm ever doing it. Like, I'm just using that as an example. I know it can't see that, but if it could see that, that's the only way I'm fighting no T-90M. I'm getting behind a dead body and making sure the bottom part can't be seen. And even then, I think his round can eat even my turret alive somewhat. So, at least it'd be better chance. But anyways, peace and love, everyone. I hope y'all had a good night. We're going to have another one of these episodes tomorrow. Uma's getting pushed back to Monday, because I'm going to start the week with a vlog / Uma stream. And we're going to talk about what we're going to be doing that week, the schedule going forward that week. But we'll do this on Monday. Tomorrow, it's going to be another chill day. When I get home from church, we're going to get back on the War Thunder, and we're going to do some more American Abrams brawling. I might be slightly addicted to Kate. But I just don't have Elsa. To be fair, if I had Elsa, the German alternative, I'd be doing both. Probably should have worded that differently. Anyways, never mind. You know what? This channel is full of purple drinks, so never mind. I stand with what I said. Anyways, James in this end, you know, maybe a Russian on the side. I made it sound bad, but I was going to add to it. You see, James inflicted you with madness and and you made me the doctor. Remember this. I wonder if I have madness. Do I really care if Seeley's the only one assigned to me? This sounds like a true Wayland alternative about to happen. I'm about to start experimenting on the entire colony. I guarantee you. Also, you're a You made me a Oh, you know what? Fair. I mean, Gabo would have made sense too, but you know. This is gonna get real bad. I would, yes. But anyway. I love RimWorld. We're definitely might be. We're definitely gonna be put. I'm now marking that in my book, like in my phone, but in my book that we're gonna be doing RimWorld over sometime over the next couple months. I don't want to say set it in stone because I don't know when I will buy it, but it'll probably be or the DLCs and stuff and get the mods. It'll probably be if it's cheap enough. That might, like I said, be our next month little extra filler to put another filler game in there we can do for the filler while the anime takes over. But anyways, peace and love everyone. Thank you so much for joining for an episode of War Thunder tonight and our discussion about everything on this game. As always, I'm so glad to be back, and I definitely have missed this game, and it's never going away ever again. It's got ATS level treatment now, so peace and love to everyone. Thank you, and I hope to see you all in tomorrow's episode as we continue the brawling. We continue to fight our way through the streets and the woods and the desert. As Kate the Abrams. Oh, also, Farseer, tomorrow's episode, if you're still in chat, I'll do it on my phone so I don't have to show it off on stream. I need you to help me try to walk through, which I assume is just syncing my PSN, but help me walk through getting that thing on Gaijin taken care of. Because we might actually reset the stream if I can get it to work so we can add another decoration to Kate. But you gave Sealy a warpstone addiction, but he only showed up for a minor scratch. Yes. Oh, no. Great, that's great. That's about how I would expect my Skaven self to be like, to be fair, if I was a Skaven. But anyways, we'll try to figure it out tomorrow, because I want to try to get that extra little decoration for Kate. Plus, if I do that, I can also get the one for the other two as well when I get them. So, we shall see. But peace and love, Farseer, and everyone. Thank you so much for joining in tonight. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and I will see you all tomorrow afternoon. Bye, everyone. Bye. No, wait, hold on. Bye. Until next time, everyone. Bye, Crispy. Bye, Tam King. Bye, everybody. Bye, Sealy. Bye, everyone.